The first of the 5 games set at Wrigley Field goes the way of the Milwaukee Brewers. And the second game got rained out. 7-0, the Brewers defeat the Cubs yesterday afternoon at Wrigley Field. Just a 2-hit shutout thrown by Brewers pitchers, including 6 solid innings by starter Freddie Peralta. Bryce Terang, Caleb Durbin, 1-2 in the lineup, and they both homered in yesterday's victory. The Brewers put up a 4 spot in the top half of the 8th to open things up. Doubleheader rescheduled to today. Game 1, same schedule as yesterday. Game 1, 1:20. First pitch. Pre-game coverage starts at 12:45 right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Game 2, 7:05. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30. And listen to both games right here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Brewers 9 games up on the Cubs in the NL Central entering play today. Packers back at practice this morning. Jason Wilde's live in Green Bay hosting Wilde and Tausch next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Tuesday edition. The rain, go away. Jordan Love doesn't want his stool.
I don't want to slip on the cold little wet grass. You're gonna be all right.
Jordan,
with that. You're gonna be all right with that turf toe on that wet grass. You better take a day, take a beat.
Jordan Love doesn't want to have his balls get wet on the stool
That's dirty.
where he's taking the snaps from, with a baggie on his left hand edition. Hey, how did that second game of the doubleheader go? I didn't catch that.
Got rained out.
Yes, I know.
Got rained out.
Indeed. Got to see Tausch with Vinny and the boys this morning on my Twitter feed. That was fun to happen to just catch that.
Oh.
God, what a great team those guys have on 620 WTMJ edition. And looks like Jesse's got a story. I didn't get I've got the open from Jesse text message, but it looks like he might have the open edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can download in both the Android and Apple app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is back in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And so is the Packers Hall of Famer, repping UW Credit Union.
What?
Waiting for Bucky to give him a concussion.
What?
It is Mark Tauscher.
Yeah,
I don't know
What?
that.
What?
You don't like what?
No.
What? Represent.
Not familiar with that.
That's
Yeah,
not
no.
how you don't. That's new to you.
That is new to me. I didn't know. Is that in one of your? I got an email with you in it from UW Credit Union. Where
Let's go.
It did not say what. being the subject.
What? You did say, what are you repping? What you repping? What? Absolutely.
Hi.
Hey,
How are
buddy.
you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great, Jesse.
You a little nervous about the wet grass?
I'm not.
The turf
I'm not. I brought a second shirt and a second pair of socks in case I get wet if it rains again. I don't
some waterproof
think it's
boots.
supposed to rain.
A little pair of waterproof boots.
No, I'm back to regular shoes with my turf toe. I got my Nike Air Max 270s, red ones for my.
Anybody else feel like now when
mater.
someone else has a turf toe and they miss more than a week, I'm gonna start wondering, well, Wilde, it only took him 4 days and he was back? Like, that's legit how I'm feeling.
Yeah, they're playing a little more intensely than I am walking to and from practice.
To and fro.
It's great to be back. You're in a mood. Are you in a mood?
No, I'm not in a mood.
And not a bad mood.
Hey, by the way, sorry for bringing energy and pop to the show. I could definitely. So Jesse,
What?
Jesse, tell us what happened. You missed the show, which again, God bless you. You are a beauty.
Just out of curiosity, old T.
Yes, sir.
Did you want me to do like half the show and then go out to Nakoma Golf Course yesterday? Because it was a remote. It wasn't like we were in the studio here and I was preparing for this. We were on location. It was the season premiere of the Barry Alvarez show with Tarek Saleh, Derek Engler on ESPN Madison.
Sure.
I am hosting it this year.
This is your baby now all year.
Yep, I am taking over hosting responsibilities for this year. So yesterday was our premiere episode.
Okay.
Barry had some insightful things to say already out of the gates. We're excited for what he's going to bring again here in season 2 of being our teammate at ESPN Wisconsin. Did you want me to show up late to that and do the show here? Did you want me to? How did you want me to go?
Yeah,
about
I think
this
you're going to work
yesterday?
till 11 and then had Hunter take it. It doesn't take an hour to get over to the country club that you were at. So, yeah, you could have worked till 11 and then bounced over there. Sure.
And you would have preferred that instead of just rolling with
Listen,
Hunter.
man,
You would have rather I play the opener role and then we go to the pen at 11 o'clock and bring in Hunter to close it out.
I thought Hunter did a fine job yesterday. This isn't an indictment of Hunter. This is you figuring out ways to work as little as you have to. And that's part of your brand. So I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying to act as if it's outrageous for you to come in and do 66% of the show, I don't think that's an outrageous bit. That was it.
I did consume the majority of the show, and that I missed, I did watch back on YouTube last night.
Okay.
Job was injury
Do those
prone. My
count for
personal
your hours?
Joe injury prone was one I didn't have on my
was pretty
bingo
good.
card, and then somebody got swallowed by a whale. I don't remember who Jonah was.
Jonah.
No, I know
yeah.
Jonah, but I'm trying to remember
Big
which
fish.
Packer. Yeah, there was something. So
We do have a Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I was thinking we could do a reading each day if you would like to do that. So that was my thought as I was watching that back last night.
I'm all in.
So, okay.
I'm on board. All right. So what happened yesterday? You see the ball,
Yep.
coach. And it sounds like looking at I actually have a show sheet. Mm-hmm. It's funny, when our general manager is in the office with me talking, Jesse is like coming in and handing me stuff. If he's gone, Jesse ain't bringing me this today. Period. Fin. Is that fair?
He's like never gone. So no, it has nothing
never
to do
gone.
with that.
Okay. All right. Get us to Barry. What do we got?
Not in the mood at all.
No, bringing the energy. He's bringing the energy.
I'm sorry. You guys want me to sit here all pouty and like down?
No, I just don't
I
want
got
you
energy,
to be
I'm gonna use it.
accusatory and kind of rude and making judgments of us out of the gates.
Judgmental, yes. Rude, no. We
It's
analyze things. It's what I do. I'm an analyst. I analyze the scenarios. All right, continue.
It's not a bad mood. It's just a mood. That's all. And you've gotten after both of us in the first 7 minutes, I think was the point there.
You guys,
which
that's just
is
what
fine.
you guys do. Okay, go ahead, Jess.
what-
As
what?
I've tried to get you.
With the rain and the water on this undergrass.
Jesse, that Hunter, who disagrees with me on the color of the sky,
yep.
he agreed with me yesterday.
I heard that. Yeah,
The fact that Jason was so nervous. That poor little Jordan was out there practicing, and he thought it was ridiculous that he was out there.
Juice not worth the squeeze.
You disagree, or you agree with Jason?
I agree with Jason.
That's not shocking.
I mean, what's the point if he's out in the race? If he's wearing a bag
What's the point?
over
He
his
threw
thing,
12 passes in a 7-on-7 competitive drill where he can continue to stay sharp throwing the football. I think there's some value in that.
or
Yes.
it might be drier today, and just do it today.
Oh, is there never going to be a wet football when he's playing?
We talked about Mike McCarthy not making adjustments a lot of times. LaFleur didn't make the practice adjustment yesterday.
They did. They put a bag over his calf.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I love it. All right. Can we please get to your Alvarez story?
So we're over at Nakoma Golf Course yesterday down here in Madison. Yeah,
I don't think they do.
Ice cream drinks, potentially. So, wonderful day. Gilda's Club.
Which great call.
That's Cindy's deal.
Yes, Barry and Cindy Alvarez, part of the origin story of Gilda's Club in Madison, helping families with close loved ones battling cancer. A great cause. So we were out there yesterday as part of our celebration to kick off the Barry Alvarez show at this big golf outing for Gilda's Club. And we were set to be on the air from noon to 2.
And by the way, we got out on time yesterday.
You did, and we appreciated that. We were able to get started right on time. It was wonderful.
Hunter is a stickler. He is a real stickler.
Would have appreciated a couple extra minutes yesterday, actually, and here's why. So we're getting set up, and I know you were playing meteorologist for us near the end of yesterday's show. Just as we were getting set up on the little terrace area they have outside the clubhouse overlooking a couple of the holes at Nakoma Golf Course, the siren blares.
It's calling. Noon. Yeah, it's noon.
No, it was not the noon siren. It was calling all the golfers back into the clubhouse because there was a torrential downpour and severe thunderstorm watch in effect. So we had just gotten all of our equipment set up because I got there early because I missed the show here yesterday.
You had 4 hours to prep.
I've heard that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we had just got everything set up. We went fire drill mode for our live radio where that happens, where you scrap everything down, and we booked it into the clubhouse and set up in one of the corners, and it was very easy. We got going, and we were all able to get started. It was a great setup. Mm-hmm. First hour of the show is awesome. All the people were inside waiting through the rain delay of the golf outing, so we actually had a great crowd kind of tuning into our Barry Alvarez show season debut. And we had a great conversation about expectations for the season, leadership, all kinds of good stuff. So then about halfway through, they decide that this program that they were going to do with dinner after the conclusion of the golf outing.
Do it while it's raining.
While it's raining.
Smart. Great adjustment by the program director.
Absolutely. So it might as well make the adjustment.
Absolutely.
While everybody's
smart.
Waiting to see if we're going to get back out on the golf course or if they're going to end up calling it early. So
how do we feel about doing the program before golf at these events? I love it. We'll continue.
Maybe. Depends on the program, I suppose. So we were at a golf outing earlier this year where we were on the air in the Dells when Gilbert Brown and I forgot who else was up there with them were yelling to you while they were doing their presentation.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a fun part of the show.
And it was a similar situation. It was raining outside that morning, so everybody was in. We were inside. And
9-hole outing, which was great.
Ended up being a little chaotic, but in all the good ways. So yesterday, similar situation. They decide they're going to start this program while everybody's waiting through the rain delay around 1:15. Well, we're doing a show in the corner at 1:15. And it gave me a lot of vibes of what we had earlier this May to kick off our Wilde and Tausch summer tour. Where, we're going to be over here doing our show. We're not going to want to be too loud, use our indoor golf announcer voices because there might be there's a program going on and we don't want to interrupt everybody listening to it, but we're pretty far enough away where we should be okay if we keep it down. Well, then we had flashbacks to the very infamous SportsCenter update from many years ago.
Oh, no.
So
heartfelt, emotional.
Yeah.
It's a real tricky deal.
We took a break on our Barry Alvarez show while they were doing a large portion of the program, and then Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment was on site because of course it's an event in Madison, so Jeffrey's there, and he was running a live auction. So Derek and Barry and I were like, okay, I think we're good to come back on here. Let's go ahead and while they're doing the live auction, we can talk about the Badgers' schedule for the coming season. Some of the it's a daunting schedule, but you want to step up to the challenge, and we had a good breakdown of that for a few minutes. Well, after the live auction got done a lot sooner than we expected, a couple of special guests come up to talk. And it was straight out of that golf outing we were at a number of years ago where I'm doing a Sports Center update with my back turned to the crowd, telling everyone that Wisconsin's a 14-point favorite against Michigan with an 11 a.m. kickoff Saturday at Camp Randall. We're talking about the schedule in October with Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon as back-to-back games.
That's a gauntlet.
While there's a father and son stepping up to the podium to talk about a cancer battle.
That's tough. That's a delicate situation you're in.
Found us in that situation all over again. And
How did your experience the last time?
You learned lessons.
We did.
Let's see what
how
you
you
did.
approached it this time.
We
Great
said-
question, Jason.
Time to end the show. Thanks for coming along. It's the Barry Alvarez Show. We'll see you next week.
You shut it down?
We shut it down. Yeah. We shut it down. That was it.
Tough
You just
call.
ended the show 45 minutes early?
Well, it was like 1:35, 1:40 at that
Were you
point.
supposed to do 2 hours or one?
We were going to be on until 2. Now, we were on YouTube only for a stretch because the Brewers started on ESPN Madison. So we were only on YouTube. And so we had some creative freedom to, with the program that was
end the
going
show.
on. We played some recorded interviews from some Badgers content we've collected all summer long. And
What did the old ball coach have to say? He say shut it down?
he was ready. Yeah, good idea. Good idea. We had done our part at that
Oh,
point.
he
Ready to
told
shut
you
it down.
good idea. That had to feel good.
Yeah, it did.
Anytime the old ball coach gives
So-
you an attaboy, that's pretty good.
We were in good shape yesterday. Yep. So we quit.
That might be the one time quitting is worth it.
Yeah. Didn't flinch. Just quit.
Never flinch.
Didn't say anything about
all right.
quitting and don't flinch.
Don't flinch.
Just quit.
Yep.
Well, I asked, one of my favorite, Barry's joined us a bunch. One time when he had to refute his own passing, which was really awkward when Jason's like, hey, good to see you. We didn't know you were around. That was one of the more awkward appearances that Barry had.
Come
with us.
on. That was funny, though.
It was funny. I'm not disagreeing. But there was one that I asked, what do you do if you got a bunch of flinchers on your team? And that's he just said, you got to wipe it. You got to go get a whole new team. Can't have any flinchers on your squad.
So, Jesse, overall, since this was your first show as the permanent host of the Barry Alvarez Show, how do you think it went? And would it be smart of you to show up next week with an earring?
Hang on, I gotta find that picture for us here. I thought it was very good. I thought we had a very good show while we were on the air. And then when we had to step away, we had to step away. But I thought he offered some great insights on Luke Fickell. He offered some great insights on the schedule and the mentality for the team coming into the season. Leadership has been a big conversation point for Coach Fickell and many of the members of the coaching staff in some of these preseason interviews that I'm sure Old T is well aware of. So we talked a lot about that, and I think it's provided a great overview. Next week, we're going to dive deeper into like what it's going to look like getting up for Miami, Ohio, and Thursday night at Camp Randall to kick off the season. But it was a great tone setter for the season. We had a great show yesterday, and I highly recommend you check it out on the ESPN Wisconsin app or on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
2 hours of great insight.
Well, an hour and
35 minutes.
Yeah, hour 25-ish, but it was all said and done, yeah.
Sure. All right, good stuff.
All right. Well, we look forward to that all season long. I'm sure that there was a clip or two that you've already clipped to play on our show, so Tausch and I can react to it as well.
Yeah, you want to hear one?
Because I know you were
we
grinding.
can do it a
Sure.
little later. Let's
if
do it a little later in the
we'll get
show.
around to it later.
Yeah,
sure.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
What?
What do you have to say
Well,
about
you guys
Pella
are in
Windows
a
and Doors of
mood.
Wisconsin?
You guys are in such a mood. I'm in a great mood because use Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And for long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Each piece specifically constructed for your home and always designed with innovation, rigorously tested for quality and performance, and built to create long-term energy savings. No reason to wait, because if you order by August 31st, 0 interest for up to 60 months. That's up to 5 years, no interest payments. Don't miss this deal. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more. Certain restrictions to apply.
We'll get ready to talk to Evan Cohen, and we'll talk a little bit about Jordan Love's wet.
I'll tell you what. Can I
practice.
tease? Can I tease?
I would. Yes, absolutely. Of course.
All right,
you can.
so I finished working out this morning, driving home, and Adam Schefter is on Unsportsmanlike on Tuesdays. And he said something that blew Canty's mind, and I think Packer fans should be very intrigued by what that news was. We'll play that and discuss.
We will.
Hopefully. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau.
There's no second chances. There's no do-overs. We're definitely primed to take that next step. That's the focus and the goal.
This is your green and gold fix on 100.5 ESPN.
It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice, pain to get to where you want to go.
This green and gold fix is driven by Metro Ford.
Just 6 days after a procedure on his non-throwing hand thumb, quarterback Jordan Love returned to practice Monday in front of no fans, just the media, and was throwing footballs. 6 days! But the Packers did need to make some modifications when he was throwing. He was not available for 11-on-11, but did participate in some 7-on-7, taking snaps from a small stool, and out of shotgun, he started with the ball in his hand. While certainly not conventional, still a very good sign for the Packers' $55 million man, with opening day looming just 19 days away against the rival Detroit Lions. I'm Alex Strofe.
Purchase, finance, or service a new or pre-owned Ford at Metro Ford of Madison on the east side today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Milwaukee baseball was born in the Emerald City, but any ties to the Pacific Northwest were cut loose decades ago. Pella has an interesting history as well. Born in Pella, Iowa, but their century-long history of crafting quality windows and doors there continues to this day. Designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill, because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
All right, you got me?
Oh, yeah.
The big teaser teased us out. Question now is, does he remember what he teased?
I do remember what I teased because I know people are like, oh, this is all clickbaity. And this is, there was a report last week that Ian Rappaport put out about Micah Parsons. And he put out about the fact that the Green Bay Packers are intrigued by it. And I know it's easy to poo-poo. I will say this. The Cowboys are idiots if they get rid of Micah Parsons.
No doubt.
You want to know something? Cowboys do idiotic things. They do. I can't wait for. I think Jerry Jones's deal's out on Netflix. I just saw a clip calling the Packers' loss with Jordan Love as the quarterback the most heart-wrenching, disappointing loss in the history of the Cowboys franchise. That makes us feel good. Gut punch them. So I don't think they would ever trade a star player like that to G&G. But the fact that Adam Schefter, who again is as dialed in as anybody, had this to say on Unsportsmanlike makes me think that this opportunity is going to be available, and whether the Packers can win the bidding war for it, that's another question. But this did cause a stir, at least in my eyes. Jesse, hit it.
I just think that, Dallas always has drama. Jerry loves the drama. He likes to create the drama. And there's going to be drama with this now and going forward. For all I know, the two sides decide to sit down at the bargaining table and they hammer out a deal that makes Micah the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Could that happen? Yes. There's zero indication, that that's going to happen, that there's going to be a reverse. And it sounds like at some point in time, whether that's now, after the season, after 2 seasons, it sounds like the two sides are headed towards a divorce at some time.
Whoa. If you're Dallas, and this is true, and why would Shefty make this up? He's not. Things can change, as he said. The Cowboys could say, just like Myles Garrett asked for a trade, but the Cleveland Browns were steadfast saying no. Have you heard? Has Jerry Jones come out right and said he ain't trading him? I've heard some of the Cowboys folks say that might not happen. Dallas ain't going anywhere. Dak's getting older. The Green Bay Packers have the cap space to do this deal with Micah. They could figure it out. And especially if they end up having to trade, if they are going to do this trade, Rashawn Gary or Lucas Van Ness is probably going back over to Dallas. Just as I wanted to get Khalil Mack back in the day, Micah Parsons, this isn't Trey Hendrickson. This isn't a 1 or 2 year potential. Right. This is a star in their prime that will be highly motivated. I think if Green Bay can, I think they should ramp up their efforts because it sounds as if there's some availability, which I didn't think a week ago. This clip this morning makes me think, is Dallas really will Dallas actually do this? And today is the first time I'm kind of like, maybe they will, Jeff. Maybe they will.
Micah Parsons is in the fifth year option year of his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
He is guaranteed a base salary of $24 million.
Correct.
Now, among the things that perked my ears up there was Adam hedging on whether it's before the season, after the season, 2 years from now, they're headed for a divorce. I'm curious about that because that would imply that they would play hardball with him and not trade him before the season and then not trade him or franchise tag him after the season and keep him for another year in a disgruntled state.
He ain't going to play. He won't play under that. So that's why I don't think that's in play.
Right. So it makes me think that this is, again, continued posturing. I heard what Ian Rappaport said on, because I don't think he's actually reported anything. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what he did, he was talking and giving kind of his opinion. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy played it for me this morning on McAfee, and that was where Ian Rappaport said that the Packers would make sense. That that would be because remember the difference between this and T.J. Watt or this and Trey Hendrickson. Those guys have had their 30th birthday.
Micah fits what Goody does.
Thank you for finishing my sentence.
You're welcome.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. He does. This makes way more sense. Now the price tag is high, but you were saying when we were talking about Trey Hendrickson during the offseason, well, not only do you have to give up capital to acquire him, you also have to pay him a very large sum of money and pay him a new contract.
And it's against your core principles of doing that. The second part of that, if Trey Hendrickson was 25 or 26 like Micah is,
correct,
you don't have a problem with that. Mm-hmm. Goody has his baselines. He will go outside of the lines very rarely. And by the way, when he has, it hasn't worked. When he's went outside the lines, it has not worked for him. So this would be a case. Again, I just don't think, if I'm Dallas, I don't think I sign him and just move on with my life. But if you're going to rebuild, and it feels like if Dallas has another bad, that's where they're headed, you could get, and if you're Green Bay, I know we love draft picks. I know we hold on to them. We clutch them. We love them. They're so nice because they're cheap. And there's a lot there. Mm-hmm. But if you can get a transcendent player, a field tilter, a bullseye guy, however you want to, and Micah, make no mistake, is that in the prime of his career, and you end up paying him $41 million a year. Yes, that's a lot. You do it.
It's only $16 million more a year than you're paying Rashawn Gary, and he's a better player.
Yeah, and you'll find a way to structure it. Again, you would not make this trade without signing Micah Parsons to a deal.
Correct.
That is not going to happen. So that will be part of this equation. I don't think it will happen, but I'm telling you, you just feel like there's more. It feels as if it's trending that way. And again, everything can change. You have a lot of jockeying at this time of year, 2 weeks left before the season really gets going. And once the season starts, and if nothing has happened, that's when all of a sudden those antennae go up, and you're like, all right, maybe we can go get him. And if you're Green Bay, do you give up? There's no doubt you give up one of the guys and a first-round pick, and then it's what else?
Mm-hmm.
How deep will you go? I feel like you could probably give up 2 firsts and a player and feel like you're going to get your bang for your buck for a 4 or 5 year run here with Micah Parsons. That you don't find guys like this. You just don't. And if they're available in their prime, just like you would ask, what the hell were the New York Giants doing with Xavier McKinney? You would be having that conversation with Micah. Like, why on earth did they do this? That's the conversation you'd be having.
As I told Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, given the return to concern about third-round picks, they could probably throw in a couple of third-round picks in the future as well. Now that Marshawn Lloyd is injured again, it just seems like that is the round where Goody is just snake bit, other than Tucker Kraft, who has been a great third-round pick. All right, we need to get to Evan Cohen. Tausch needs to tell us about Kohler Services first.
Indeed, I do. If you are looking for a bath or shower remodel, our friends at Kohler Services have you covered, and this month only. 0 interest financing for 12 months, and you get that free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg, just one of the many skilled installers who will demo your existing bath or shower, remove it, dispose it, and then install your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com. Request your free quote with fast professional installation. That is always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Lots up top to Giannis. Whoa, what a play!
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
And now, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Fly ball to center. It is way back, and it is gone!
This is Madison's new home of the Milwaukee Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
The search for luxury begins at Audi Madison. Save $5,500 when you purchase or lease a new 2025 Audi Q7 55. National customer credit is good toward the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until September 2nd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Hey, it's Isaac Miller, junior defensive end in high school. 14 Division I offers. Yep, 1-4. Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida, Miami, you name it. Everyone's asking, where's Isaac going? Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be big, it's going to be loud, and it's going to be legendary. But first, I'm hitting the weight room in my Iron Jock gear. Because no matter what logo I wear next, Iron Jock is how I get there. Stay tuned and go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit condonjeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. Over the past 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the 2026 summer season begin July 22nd. Find full training programs and register now at grbacademy.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Electric bills are out of control, but with federal incentives, you can go solar with zero upfront cost and start saving hundreds a month. Badgerland Exteriors and Solar is a local and family-owned company, and they make the switch to solar simple. No pressure, no hassle, just honest.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit badgerlandexteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's badgerlandexteriors.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
I'm throwing caution. What's it gonna be? Tonight the winds of change are blowing wild and free. If I don't get out.
You hear him every weekday with Michelle Smallman, Chris Canty, Rob Lorenzo, and the whole crew on Unsportsmanlike. And every Tuesday, you hear him with us. It is Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, Tausch, Jesse, how are you guys?
Super.
We are. Tausch is in a great mood.
Quick question for you, Evan. If you're doing a show with Barry Alvarez, and you're getting all this great insight. You're hosting it. It's a great break for you, right, as a young, up-and-coming producer/host. And the golf outing that you're hosting at gets brought inside, and they start doing kind of those emotional cancer-surviving stories, and you're inside. How would you broach that as a host, as you're doing a live broadcast?
Okay, good question. So I think that, first of all, let's not even say the up-and-coming broadcaster. If you said to me today, I mean, I would like to think I'm still up-and-coming. All three of us are up-and-coming.
Never peaked.
Yep. We could do a show with Coach Alvarez. I mean, you'd run there. You'd sprint there as quickly as you can. So that in itself is amazing because Coach Alvarez is only doing one show, and that's obviously on ESPN Wisconsin.
It's the Barry Alvarez show. Yeah, it's a big hit.
You'd want to get there. You'd want to get there early, right?
You would
Probably.
definitely not do your normal job and leave 4 hours early, and then actually only get there just in time, and then have to move all the. But that's another story.
Okay, so in this scenario, so we're supposed to do the show outside of this nice event.
Yep.
We're brought in inside where the actual ceremony is going on, and thus you're asking the question: do we want to be? You don't want to be too loud in that spot. So tricky. You try to find. You do a couple of things. One, you try to find a different location within that thing.
Sure.
If you can't, maybe you bring on the person who's running the whole thing. You interview that person, and that person does your bidding for you. So in other words, let's say Jason's running this event, right? We bring on, all right, here's Jason Wilde, who's in charge of the fundraising. He's going to join us, whatever. And then on the way out, you say, Jason, by the way, do us a favor. Can you tell your guests why we're so loud here and how we're supporting this cause?
Ooh.
Have someone else do your bidding in an honest, moral, ethical
Oh, that
way.
would have been really good.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah. How did you handle it, Jesse?
Not like that.
We quit.
What do you mean you quit?
What do you mean? Could he not be more clear? He quit.
We did.
So you just stopped the
He
show
shut
in
the
the
show
middle?
off.
We did a really good show for 75 minutes, and then we took a 15, 20-minute break. We came back on for another 10 minutes during the live auction. We didn't know that there was going to be a very sentimental speech after the live auction. And once we got done with the live auction, we said, yeah, it's enough. We're done.
Wait a minute. What's the allotted time for the show?
We were
2 hours.
We were scheduled to be there from noon until 2 Central Time, and we ended up calling it about 1:45. One of the perks was we were on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, so we were not obligated to go until 2 o'clock for radio programming purposes. So we had a little more
Keep
creative
moving
freedom
that
than
up.
we normally
It was
would have.
120. Now it's 140. Did you notice that, Jason? He's moved it from 120 to 145.
I did notice.
Let me out something that's obvious
boy.
to everyone that's listening, but just to reiterate, in case people don't realize, hosts on our shows get paid. Barry Alvarez is a host. He gets paid.
Yeah.
Jesse, was that reduced or increased rate that Coach Alvarez got paid yesterday approved by anyone? Because let's just do it in fake numbers. Let's say someone makes $10 an hour, right? Thus $20 for 2 total hours. Well, in this scenario, it sounds like Coach Alvarez made $20 for an hour, 20. And Jesse, as the host of the show, I've hosted a million shows. I've never had the budget power to make decisions like that. It's interesting that you do. How did you garner that without asking for any permission?
Coach deserved a little attaboy. I think he's done a pretty good job for us. He's had some viral clips go over the last year or so. We're going to have a bunch this year.
Nobody even intimated that he wasn't worth it. I guess what I'm asking is, how did you get to decide what he's worth?
Oh, good question.
Oh, I don't decide anything for Coach Alvarez. He's
you did
let's
yesterday.
be clear about that.
Did.
Hey, Coach Alvarez said, good call.
It is.
That's good. That's a good call.
Jason, hold on. Neutral observer,
Yep.
Jason Wilde. Did Jesse Nelson decide what Coach Alvarez's hourly hosting rate was yesterday as not approved by those in charge of setting his hourly rate?
I'm gonna just slightly defend.
Hedgy.
I'm gonna slightly defend Jesse here because the pay scale part of this equation never crossed my mind, so I can see how he never thought about that. But the answer to your question is a resounding yes. He definitely did.
All right.
Barry got a raise. Coach Alvarez got a raise yesterday.
He deserves it. He's been battling. All right, Evan.
Sometimes money's no object.
So something you said this morning on your show, or something your guest Adam Schefter said. You said Canty jump turned, eyeball emoji from you. I think Packer fans, we have not really even jumped in this idea that Micah Parsons could be available because I think we all are just looking like the Cowboys aren't that dumb. Are you sensing after you heard that today, like I am, that he might actually be available for a team to come and grab?
Well, Tausch, thank you for listening to that. Yeah, that was a big one today because I have been of the belief that all of the stuff that the Cowboys do is for show, right? How do you grab the headlines? Oh, by the way, today the miniseries or documentary, whatever it is,
that looks real good,
out on Netflix. It does. By the way, I just the Chiefs one, so I've been watching that too. That the Kingdom on ESPN Plus is phenomenal. Also, oh, by the way, so there's a lot of good football documentaries out right now. So it does come out today, right? Which I think you have to set it up that way because there has to be an acknowledgement that Jerry Jones, and he's admitted it, loves the headlines, loves the attention. And if you remember a year ago when the Dak Prescott contracts got done, it was literally on the opening Sunday of the NFL season that Adam reported it during Sunday NFL Countdown, which means Jerry Jones took the drama literally up until the last minute. So that has been my assumption this entire time with this situation. That said, everyone involved today outside of me feels it's now different. I still am going to hang my hat on it's for show and not for real. Canty thinks it's for real. Shefty said it was for real. So they are all saying that this one is different. My guesstimation is while Micah Parsons has pretty heavy feelings, not in a positive way, towards Jerry Jones right now, if Jerry Jones puts in front of him generational wealth, making him the highest paid defensive player ever in the history of the sport, is he going to really turn that down? So I don't believe he will, knowing nothing about Micah Parsons. But I will tell you, if you just go to the dark web and the internet scuttlebutt that is completely unfounded as of this moment and completely not sourced by people like Adam or like Jason, the Packers name comes up a lot. So it's not like you're throwing out something, Tausch, that the internet is not talking about, but you are throwing out something that at this moment credible sourcing has not reported.
Yeah, and
is that fair, Jason, in the way I categorize
and I
that?
think that
perfectly.
And Jason and I just before you jumped on discussed this because listen, man, we are always going to find Packer angles, and sometimes it makes sense. The Trey Hendrickson part of it never makes sense to me because he's 30 years old. This does make sense because this is the type of player Goody wants. Goody is not afraid to pay guys at their position top dollar if they're in their prime. Micah Parsons is going into his prime. And just like when we went and got Xavier McKinney, now we didn't have to give up draft picks and players, but this fits. And I think the idea that there is a possibility, while I would normally poo-poo and say it's not happening, and I would bet that this doesn't happen, I would argue that if there is an option to go pull the trigger and do this, the Green Bay Packers should be heavily involved in any of the discussions that go and hopefully find a way to make this thing happen.
So let me ask you a question, both of you, on this, and you're going to have to help me because I don't know the Packers like you do. Give me the name of a young player on the Packers defense who other teams would think is good, but the Packers would be willing to trade. Just give me a name.
Would it be Lucas Van Ness? I think Rashawn Gary's probably too old at this point.
You know what? Let's do both of them, Tausch.
What is that?
Let's use both of them.
What was that?
I have no idea.
Oh,
I thought that was Jason's on his app.
So here we go.
I thought that was some Lucas Van Ness music.
How about this, guys? Two first rounders, so 26 and 27. A second rounder in 26. Van Ness and Gary for Micah. And you have to make him the highest paid non-quarterback in the history of the sport.
Probably a little steep. I think one player you pick, and then you're going to pay him. That's baked into the cake. You're going to pay him if you're doing this. You're not giving up both guys, though. I think you'd let probably let Dallas pick who they would want out of that group. Jason?
Yes, I would agree that you would let them choose which one they wanted. At the same time, neither one of those guys is Micah Parsons, and neither one of them, I feel very confident, as much as Lucas Van Ness has shown improvement, is going to become Micah Parsons. So I would be.
Okay, so then why would you then fight that off? You know what I'm saying? So
because
based on what
because you have to have
answered-
someone who's going to benefit from Micah Parsons being on the other side, right? Because you look at what let's go really old school. Reggie White gets here, and Sean Jones is more productive. Santana Dotson is more productive. Gilbert Brown is more productive, right? And
I always thought Sean Jones was a crazy underrated player, by the way.
I would agree. I would agree, but his numbers he still would tell you that he benefited, obviously, from Reggie being here. Yeah. And right. I would argue that if they were to do this, and I don't think this is hyperbole, because this guy is a potential future Pro Football Hall of Famer. He hasn't done it for as long as Reggie had when he arrived here in '93, but this is the same thing, except you got Reggie White younger. Because what team in the NFL wouldn't want it?
Let me do it this way. You're going to take out something. So which guy would you like to take out and keep on the team?
I get to choose who I'm trading?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there's going to be a counter once you do that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm willing to give up Rashawn Gary, but again, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm looking at Rashawn Gary going, this is not even, given his production, a poor man's Micah Parsons. They're not in the same.
Hold on. So now let's do it this way. Micah said that contract that's been put in front of Micah, that I said I can't imagine him turning down. Let's say he turns down, right? Because that's what Adam's saying is there's a chance that there's a divorce here. The divorce only happens when Micah turns it down, because I'm still of the belief Jerry's going to put it in front of him. So now we make the trade to Green Bay, a 1-26, a 1-27, a 2-26, Rashawn Gary, and a 5-27.
I don't know what exactly, like, you're the NBA guy. I mean, Tausch fancies himself the NBA guy. But we can agree that the Dallas Mavericks, who now obviously have Cooper Flagg, but the Dallas Mavericks did not get sufficiently what they should have gotten for Luka Doncic.
No, they did not. No.
You don't say.
Right. What I'm saying is that I don't know what that would have been, but it's way more than what they got in return. What exactly is fair? Like, when you give that scenario, is that still enough?
Well, okay. So when you say, it's a good question, and it's funny, Canty and I had a similar argument off the air today, because we were debating, like, because I would, Elliot Wolf, former Packers exec, obviously, made the comments about the Patriots, like, yeah, we'd be willing to give up a first or a second. And everybody's like, oh, I love this. They're going all in. And I'm like, I don't. And I'm a Pats fan. It's like, well, what are you going in all in for? And does that make you close enough to a title? Like, where I would never give up a first if I'm them for McLaurin. I would never give up a first for Trey Hendrickson, because I don't think I'm that close.
Mm-hmm.
So value is dependent to me on how the person affects the quarterback, if they're not the quarterback, and how close the team is to a championship. So in other words, the number one position that I would give up a ton for if I had a quarterback on a rookie scale deal, by far and away, is offensive line, right? Trent Williams, to me, the San Francisco 49ers, when everybody's healthy, is the best offensive lineman in the league. He's too old. But if Penei Sewell, if I had to give up a first-round pick for him, I'd be thrilled to do that of the Lions. In this case, we're talking about a team, stop me if I'm wrong, that has Super Bowl aspirations, that has picks to spare, that has a quarterback on a contract that they are obviously comfortable with, and thus they are so close to getting there or maybe winning it, that whatever the value is to get a game changer at that age, like Micah Parsons, would feel worth it for that specific team, meaning the Green Bay Packers. It does not feel worth it for every team, right? Like, getting Luka for the Lakers, regardless of what they were going to give up, feels worth it because it was their transition from LeBron to the next person, right? So I don't actually know if there is a number that is too much to give up if you're the Packers for a guy that you think is the equivalent, in essence, of you now have Jordan Love on offense and you have Jordan Love on defense.
And this isn't a 1-year
Because
rental.
they're so close.
This is you now have a guy for 4 or 5 years, whatever that contract looks like. He will be an elite defensive player as long as he stays healthy for that 4 or 5 year run. You have, in essence, paired a great player on the defensive side of the ball with your quarterback that you believe can be great. And all of a sudden.
And by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, Tausch. What I was just going to say quickly. We talk about it all the time in terms of, like, you can have this random wide receiver at a Kansas State, I believe is where he went, named Jordy Nelson, who nobody knows that Rodgers can just make great because you have Rodgers, right? You could have guys in the defense that Reggie White can make great because you have Reggie White. I think, Tausch, where you're going, where I'm going on this, and to Jason's question about how much value you're giving up, you could have a bunch of C+, B- players if you have Micah Parsons and Jordan Love, if Jordan Love is what we want him to be, and them raise those guys into B to B+, and now you have a championship caliber team. Am I wrong?
No. I mean, that's the goal. That's the plan, and that is the goal of players that are field tilters make everybody else better. And if they're not,
right, Tausch,
yes.
You were a good player. Did you have what I deem to be a great career without ever being an all-pro player because of the two quarterbacks you had believing in you?
I'll say this. There is no doubt about that, but also, and this goes for my time at Wisconsin, also in Green Bay, running backs will also make O-linemen a lot better. So the O-line does their job, and you go about your business. You just want to give your guys a chance, and then it's them that makes it special. And Ahman Green did that. Favre and Rodgers obviously did that. Ron Dane did that. There is no doubt that those guys will make average players good players great. That is the goal. That's why these guys are such difference makers in your locker room, and that's why typically the Mahomeses and the Bradys, the guys that elevate their players, that's why they win consistently.
Right. Okay, so Jason, let's go back to the initial thing here. So we vetted this out every which way, right? I am curious as to whether or not you would do this, right? Because I'm giving you reasoning as to why the Packers would. I'm not a big give up a first-round pick guy in general, although I do think at times we do overvalue them. But in this specific case, Jason Wilde, you are now running the Packers. Goody is out. He won the lottery, and he's moving away with his family, and you're in. Okay?
And Jordy's back on the roster.
And Jerry Jones calls you. Jerry Jones calls you and says, you can have Micah, but I want your first this year, your first next year, your second this upcoming year. I want your fifth next year, and I want who did we say the player was that they were going to give?
David Putney.
Lucas Van Ness.
No, he said the other one, I thought.
Rashawn Gary.
I said Rashawn Gary.
Rashawn Gary. Okay, you said Rashawn Gary. Yeah. And you're going to give us Rashawn Gary. Jason, I need to know right now, are you making that trade?
Yeah, I think this is a transcendent player. I don't think that there are many players.
So now, Jason Wilde. Wait,
I would do
Jason.
that for. Okay, yeah.
You've made the trade. Jason, when you walk and go tell Matt LaFleur that you've made this trade, are you going to tell him you expect to win the Super Bowl this year?
Yes, I'm also doing that.
Urgency.
And Jason, if they don't get to at least the NFC Championship game with that team, are you going to have a conversation with Matt LaFleur after the season that the pressure is on?
Yeah, but if I'm Ed Policy, I'm also having the conversation with Goody and saying, hey, you guys went all in and acquired this guy. And this is also on you. It's not just on the coach. So, look, I would say this.
So basically, making the trade decreases the chance at job preservation. But making the trade also increases the chance that you have a street named after you in Green Bay.
Correct. Fortune favors the brave, or whatever that
Bold,
saying
I think
is.
there was something bold in there.
Look, I would say if they go 10-7 and play a playoff game on the road and lose, there's all kinds of pressure on them anyway, right? They're probably going to get, each of them, Goody and LaFleur, are probably going to get a 1-year add-on to their existing contract, so they're not lame ducks, because Ed Policy told us he doesn't want lame ducks, which will be either a precursor to a greater extension when they have tons of success in 26, or a nice little parachute for them when they get fired and they start with somebody else. So you're going to be under pressure next year anyway. And not to be like the Los Angeles Rams, blank them picks, but if you guys don't get to where you want to go here, you're trading away somebody else's picks, right? Theoretically, the
right.
27 first-round pick is going to belong to some other GM. So,
well, now you've just presented a whole different thing. Does Ed Policy say no to trading away them picks because he's not giving away, someone else's draft pick?
And I'll let them do their job.
Right. And I would just, my argument would be, and again, I don't understand why the Dallas Cowboys, in spite of your drama theory, which I think is a really good one, I just don't understand why they've done this with every single one of their marquee players. And I saw someone totaled up how much more they paid than they would have had they just paid them at the time that they could have. It's ridiculous.
Right.
So it's beyond me that Micah Parsons is where
ridiculous?
He is.
But I just, first of all, I don't think anymore it's a theory. And I don't mean that to try to correct you. I mean that
I know.
He admitted it. He admitted it. Like Jerry Jones said, if there's not enough attention, I'll draw up the attention. He said it at the movie premiere last week. The second thing is, whatever number that is, okay? Let's say they could have saved $20 million by not doing it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Would any business pay $20 million for the promotion the Dallas Cowboys get on ESPN, me included, on a daily basis? And I think the answer is absolutely yes. The Dallas Cowboys give us so much. We don't make stuff up with the Cowboys. People accuse ESPN like, they're just finding ways to talk about the Cowboys. No, the Cowboys find ways to talk, and thus we find ways to talk about them. But they get so much more than $20 million worth of value that I would look at what Jerry Jones does as his marketing budget is waiting on contracts.
Yeah, and my question for you, because look, this is not my area of expertise. I would ask Craig about this. I would ask other captains of industry. Are the Cowboys, I understand the Netflix documentary, I understand all that. But do they need the marketing to such a degree that they're willing to mess with their chances of actually winning on the field? Like, isn't their brand established enough?
This is where I fight people off.
Okay.
Jason, do you know how many active NFL owners, not families, owners, have more titles than Jerry Jones?
5.
I can't imagine there's many.
Chiefs. No, the Chiefs do.
Nope.
Well, they got the same.
That's the family, not Clark Hunt. Only Robert Kraft. Do you know how many active general managers, because he's the general manager, have more Super Bowl wins than Jerry Jones?
0.
0. So when people always say, well, does it really hurt them on the football field? He has done more on the football field than anyone in the National Football League that is active.
Century.
Not the Rooney family.
Not this century.
Yeah. Well, okay, and that was my follow-up. My follow-up was, none of our kids, the three of us, have seen any of this at any point. Now, I think we have to understand there is an argument to be made that what he deems to be winning is different than the other 31 teams in the league that deem to be winning. The Packers, when we talk about winning, it's one day in February. When we talk about the Cowboys winning, it's 365 days during the year.
Profound. It's a profound point.
Can I ask one other thing?
Sure.
And I may have missed this, and I apologize if I have. Has there been like an all-time great Packers documentary like we're seeing with some of these sports documentaries that are out there now? I don't mean the Rodgers one and the Favre one that it's on Netflix now. I'm saying like a Packers
I was going to say, that's not an all-time great documentary.
Well,
there
you know
have
what
been
I'm
a bunch. I mean, Jason Wilde wrote a book, I remember, not that long ago.
You're
Did you
funny.
not?
Half of one. The Packers produced on their 100th anniversary, I think it was on VHS, or maybe DVD, but they had like a lengthy historical. I think you can actually find it on YouTube now. That the Packers uploaded it after selling copies of the DVD. But to answer your question, no. Like the closest there is from an, because they never want to be on Hard Knocks. They don't want to do that behind the scenes stuff in any way. Like the closest that we've had was America's Team when they do the America's Game. Is that what they call it on NFL Network? That's the closest we've come to anything behind the scenes.
Interesting. All right. Well, I left you with a lot today. There's a lot to digest.
Nice work, Evan. Good job.
I think the number one takeaway is Jesse Nelson changed Barry Alvarez's salary without permission. That's the number one takeaway from this conversation.
Atta babe, gel.
See ya.
Atta babe, gel. That's where we'll end it. Thanks, Evan.
Bye, guys.
What?
That is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. You can hear him across ESPN Wisconsin and across all of ESPN's platforms every day on Unsportsmanlike. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. A packed receiver room. Jeff Grimes excited to have Eugene Hilton, son of former pro wideout T.Y. Hilton, as part of that arsenal. The Badgers offensive coordinator with more on the true freshman, audio courtesy Wisconsin Athletics.
He's one of our better receivers when you're asking a guy to run a route in the way that it's designed to be run, create separation, and then go up and make the play on the ball. He just has a knack for getting open, and he doesn't drop balls. Where he's grown a lot is in his blocking. He's grown a lot in terms of his toughness, and he will definitely play. He'll be in the rotation.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest. With a course co-designed by Steve Stricker and PGA Tour Designs, it's the 13th and newest TPC Network golf club in the world. Other high-quality amenities include a short game practice area, athletic performance center, and meeting and dining facilities, plus membership benefits that reach around the globe. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck and Honey's. This summer, soak up the sun and savor the flavor at Buck and Honey's. Their spacious patios are the ideal spot to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, in an unbeatable atmosphere. Perfect for a casual lunch or a night out with friends. Plus, with fresh seasonal dishes and exceptional service, they're here to make every visit special. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. Celebrate summer the right way, on the patio with great company. I'll see you at Buck and Honey's.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Chicago Cubs.
Durbin, a high fly to left. It is way back and gone. Durbin almost out onto Waveland.
Today on 100.5 ESPN.
Ready to roll, ready or not, ready to give it all I got. Gotta live to win, get up, get even. Ready to roll, ready or not, ready to give it one more shot. Let the game begin, need something to believe in. Ready to roll, ready or not.
Thanks to Evan Cohen, as always. Makes us think. I'm seeing a lot of debates in the YouTube comments. Michael with a hot take. Lucas Van Ness will be more dominant this season than Micah Parsons.
Well, Micah Parsons might not play. So that could very well be. I do think Lucas Van Ness is set for a big boy season. I think his evolution, at least that's what we're all hoping for as Packer fans. And, judging by what we've heard, whether it's the Colts practice, it sounds like the Colts offensive line had no answers for Green Bay's D-line. That's fantastic news. That's what we're hoping for. And Lucas Van Ness taking that jump with his new coach and with that is something that this group needs in order to take the next step into being a more dominant defense.
The one thing I would just say about this, because I'm seeing a lot of folks in here mentioning that this isn't going to happen, or that we're wasting time on.
Yeah, they're going to be more than likely right, but there's a lot of stuff that doesn't happen. Stuff does happen. If you recall the Khalil Mack trade, Green Bay was in the mix. Green Bay had...
Yeah, they made an offer, yes. Mm-hmm.
And reports are that Green Bay is in the mix here. Now, again, I don't think it's going to happen. I was very clear about that. But if it could, I want it to. I do want it to happen because you just don't get dominant young players in their prime when you have a team and a quarterback that you believe has a long window to go. That just doesn't happen. Doesn't.
Also, I'm seeing some discussion from Nick and Jim in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. Peyton Manning working on a Packers documentary. That was said by Mark Murphy at last year's shareholders meeting. I have not seen any update on that since. I don't know if that actually was happening. He did come to camp last year.
I feel like that might be quarterback for this year.
And the question was, is there a documentary? There's the 100 Years one that is available. And I have not watched it in its entirety, but what I've watched of it, it is very well done. But there's not like the behind-the-scenes stuff that you would be looking for from, say, the Cowboys documentary, at least from what I saw. Now, if Peyton Manning gets that, great, but that it does not exist. And I don't know where the production on that is. But I can guarantee you this, if Peyton Manning does it, I can't wait to watch it, because every year I hope that these guys are going to be on Hard Knocks, and they never are. So, yeah, I would love for that to happen.
I feel like the Packers would do their own and then sell it to a Netflix. I just don't think they're going to give creative control to somebody else. I would be very surprised if they did that.
Yeah,
and what would be the Jerry Jones? Obviously, boom. And then with the Chiefs, you got Mahomes, and you have what would be the? You're going to try and do a 110-year history of the Green Bay Packers. Good luck.
That's why it's 10 parts.
You'd have to do. I mean, it would be a monstrous undertaking. Now, the transition from Jordan Love to being the starting quarterback would have been fascinating to watch. It would have been the Aaron Rodgers component to it, and
right. I just don't know how much video there is for a documentary.
And are you going to get Goody? Because what makes these things interesting is Jerry Jones having a tear trickling down his cheek, watching the Packers knock out his team, and then having the discussion about that's what makes that intriguing. And you have to open up to do it. If you're just going to tell the history of the G&G, that's great. There's got to be a hook. What is that hook? I don't know. Somebody tell me. I'm all ears. I don't know what that hook is. I don't think Goody is going to be super open and giving a ton of info. Or I don't think Mark Murphy might have. I'd see Mark. I don't know about Ed. Mark Murphy would have.
Yeah, I don't see them being interested in something like that again. And now to the point of Mark Murphy having said that a year ago, does Ed Policy want that a year later? Was there? I don't know how far along.
They don't even want people watching practice, man. I don't know, Jimmy.
Yeah,
I hope it is. Anytime we can get some behind the scenes info, I think fans will eat that up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're seeing more and more teams saying, we have to do this. We don't want it to be Hard Knocks. We want to do it. And then we want that bread from whomever's going to pay it. ESPN, Netflix, Peyton, whoever it might be.
And I don't think Peyton operates that way.
Operates what way?
Having the Packers do the documentary and then he buys it? He's hands-on with that.
100%.
Right. Well, we produce Behind the Bucks, one of the many podcasts you can find on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks brings you exclusive access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucks history. Go behind the scenes of Giannis's Emmy-nominated documentary. Hear about the true origins of Bucks in 6 and the culture associated with it, and more. Find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Wisconsin Volleyball National Champion Devin Robinson. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street, and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Let's play take two. Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field for a rescheduled doubleheader. Originally, that was set to happen yesterday. The Brewers won Game 1, 7-0, two-hit shutout, including the 6 shutout innings from opening day starter Freddie Peralta on the mound, home runs for Bryce Terang and Caleb Durbin in the victory. Game 2 got postponed last night, so we're going to try again today. Same schedule as yesterday. First game, 1:20 first pitch. Pregame coverage starts at 12:45 here on Madison's home of the Brewers. Second game, 7:05 first pitch. Pregame coverage starts at 6:30. Listen to both games right here on 100.5 ESPN. Entering play today, the Brewers 9 games up on the Chicago Cubs for the top spot in the National League Central Division standings. Football, Packers training camp practice taking place up in Titletown today. Stick around for Wilde and Tausch. Jason Wilde hosting live in Green Bay as the Packers get back to practice as they get set for the preseason finale Saturday afternoon hosting the Seahawks.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Matt LaFleur, while we were having our discussion about Micah Parsons, Matt LaFleur was at the podium. A couple of tidbits that are worth mentioning. First of all, getting Jordan Love back on the field yesterday. Quote, I thought it was good just to get him back out there, back in the mix, into the rhythm of playing quarterback.
Interesting that the head coach would think that, but
we did some different things with him that we haven't done in the past, and we pretty much were primarily doing everything under center, taking the ball off of a stool. I thought it was good work.
Did he say that with a baby voice, or did he say that with
But it's so slippery out there that they should have probably just stayed in the Hudson Center.
As I told Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I was wrong about that. And it was probably productive.
Oh, cranky. What, you been all cranky now? The little guy, you get so upset when we make fun of you, do you?
LaFleur asked if he would take part in the joint practice.
No, he's not.
Not a chance.
Very limited.
Oh, very limited.
They're going to have 7-on-7s in the joint practice. So he can get work. That is correct, he says.
I thought he hated 7-on-7.
He does hate 7-on-7.
But at least he won't be in danger of being bumped by a big defensive lineman who comes a little bit too aggressively in the backfield. Omar Brown still has not been released from the hospital.
Hey, so what happened there? Is that a lung?
So a lung.
Ugh.
So I don't know if he
sounds bad.
Collapsed. I don't know what exactly. We have not gotten actual details on what happened. Meanwhile, Matt LaFleur said there's no concern with Lucas Van Ness's back. We've got a bunch of guys dealing with backs right now. It must have been those soft beds that we stayed at for a few days. So apparently the hotel that they stayed at in Indianapolis.
You got to get him our guy. You got to get him our Steinhofflers.
So
what are they doing?
I don't know if I wasn't down there. I don't know if he was kidding or serious. But my question for you, having played 11 years in the NFL, is: did you come across any hotels where the accommodations were problematic? The bed was lumpy. The room temperature, you couldn't fix the thermostat. What were some of the instances of you as a player dealing with a hotel on the road that was not giving you the optimal night's rest before a game?
I mean, we stayed in some pretty swanky, nice spots. There were a couple of times, I think, when we went to Buffalo early in my career that it was maybe not up to what you would think NFL teams where they would stay, and I'm sure Buffalo has improved that. But no, I mean,
what does that mean?
You can complain. It was just like it was a crummy hotel for just in general, and you're like, oh, this is interesting. It was one of my first road trips too. So, but then you're staying at. I'm not going to give free advertising. You're staying at the creme de la creme. Like the NFL takes great care. There's a hotel down on Michigan Ave that we loved staying because it was across the street, and it was. You're not now.
Well, the Hancock building.
The first time I went into St. Norbert's, and it was me and Big Cheddar Bob, I looked, and it was one of those baby twin beds. And we're thinking, what the blank? And it wasn't a king or a queen. It was little race car beds. And you're like, how the heck am I? At that point, you're still young enough. As you get older, you're like, hey, I don't know if I can do this. You get a little softer. But, backs, this is that time of year where you get the end of preseason and, there are issues that come up. But I can't imagine any place that the Green Bay Packers would put their players are not going to – it's going to be pretty top-notch, I would think.
Well, apparently the beds were squishy because they do have – Kenny Clark had a back problem. He didn't practice yesterday. Lucas Van Ness. Aaron Banks, who was dealing with a back issue at the beginning of camp, apparently it bothered him. So I don't know if he was joking or not.
If you have the back, you do that with gravity boots. Have you seen that? Where you hang, you put like the thing on the doorway, and then you hang from there, and it's like it's supposed to put your back in traction,
in alignment.
Yeah, and you get lined up, and it's a real tricky deal, especially if your core is not super strong, because you got to be able to pull yourself back up in order to get out of the boots from up on the top of the thing. So maybe that's something that the G&G will be doing is some of them gravity boots.
You going to do a Digi only for us?
Oh, God, no. No, that is not anything I want to see or anyone associated with me wants to see. But, yeah, backs are tricky. Obviously, Stafford out in L.A. is dealing with that. That is the one thing I think players freak out. Knees and ankles, those are all things that come up, and you hope that they're, not serious or you're going to miss a bunch of time. Nobody wants to have a back surgery because it's really difficult, and that is something I think teams are very cautious with because you've seen this. I'm sure you've had some back issues. You can't function as a human being. And then you go try to play football and torque, and you're going against big dogs. It is just not a recipe. NFL players, bad backs does not work.
We'll get back to Packers practice. That's going to kick off in a little while here. We'll be down there for that. But before that, I want to tell you, as always, about Associated Bank. There's a little event we might have coming. I've been getting a little bit of information on that.
Can we get a little tea?
I can't. No, we're still in the planning stages.
I told you, is Micah Parsons going to be there?
If Micah Parsons ends up as a Packer,
it's gonna be
I will recommend to the Associated Bank
check now,
folks, that he would be a good ambassador for them. For now, they're stuck with me. And I tell you all the time about not only their Packers checking, their Badgers checking, and their Brewers checking, but more importantly, their great customer service. They've got the awards to prove it, whether it's early pay that gets you access to your direct deposit up to 2 days early, whether it's credit monitoring to make sure that your credit is in a spot where you can make that important purchase, or fraud protection, which I experienced firsthand. They were amazing, making sure that I was taken care of. Associated Bank's got your back. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Thinking about going electric? Now is the perfect time at Zimbrick Chevrolet. When you purchase a qualifying new EV vehicle, you could get up to $7,500 for eligible buyers from a federal clean vehicle tax credit. Don't wait, act now, because this tax credit is only available until September 30th. And once you buy your EV, Zimbrick Chevy will take care of you with their certified EV service and top off your charge. Never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 19th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 19th at 7:05 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
All right, Tausch, I'm going to need your help on this because I didn't think this was as crazy as apparently it is.
Okay. The fact that the NFL is completely diminished preseason where nobody cares so that they get the 18th game and nobody fights them?
Yeah, no, I heard you say that to Vinny and the boys this morning.
I mean, it is crazy how little people care about preseason football now. Isn't it crazy?
It is.
Jesse, have you ever cared less about preseason football than you do right now?
No.
Jason? And you are Mr. Preseason. I love the storylines. I love the Gaelic kicker.
I mean, what's he supposed to say?
No,
He
I
loves
understand.
Preseason.
I do love preseason.
But
and
is
I'm
it?
fine.
But do you feel
it has not
it?
changed my no.
You don't.
I would say this. Now, Matt LaFleur did say that he intends for his starters to play some in the game on Saturday.
Sure. Okay.
So that I think that changes the calculus there a little bit. The reason I love preseason is for all the guys that are keeping the dream alive.
Yep.
Yes, the Julian Hickses, the Cornelius Johnsons, et cetera, et cetera.
Did Hicksy, was he the one that caught that great tutter? Was that Hicksy?
No, he had the one-handed catch down the field that didn't count.
Who had
and
the
he had
tutter?
another catch that didn't count.
Who had the tutter?
Chipotle Ben had a 20-yard touchdown.
Had the tutter?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then it got wiped out, yeah.
Is he making a squad?
On a ball that Matt LaFleur then would later say Taylor Elgersma should not have thrown.
Don't do it. Oh, great throw. Is CB making the squad?
That's Chipotle Ben for those playing at home.
Chipotle Ben, yeah.
I think so, yes. I think they're going to keep 4 tight ends, and he'll be one of the 4, along with John Fitzpatrick and the And the top two. So Clayton is a big listener to our program. He's sometimes in the YouTube comments. He's on Twitter. He's got his own YouTube show. No, I don't know. His name is Clayton.
I like that name, Clayton. It's variable.
Strong name.
It's got some versatility too. I love a good versatile name.
So listening to Packers talk this morning, I just heard a host, that'll be me, say they would be willing to trade for Micah Parsons, giving up the following: 2026 first-round pick, 2026 second-round pick, 2027 first-round pick, 2027 fifth-round pick, and Rashawn Gary. And pay Micah Parsons $41 million per year.
Yep.
Am I the only person who thinks this is absolutely insane, is what Clayton asked. Am I insane?
No. Now, you would get a pick back. That's kind of how that works. And they'd throw you a 6 or something. Listen, man, I think we can all sit here and say the Packers' way they do business is the right way. Stay young, stay hungry. Don't be dumping draft picks.
This is not something the Packers would normally do.
This is outside of their orbit. Guys, it's been 15 years since we won a World's Championship. Those are the facts. And do I want you to go bust and, dump all your future for – no. But when you have an opportunity for a field tilter, and if they do – again, these are all ifs. And Clayton, you deal in hypotheticals when you do this job. That's just how this is. And you analyze and you think – you get somebody that you know is going to be a bullseye guy and that is going to change the complete complexion. What did everybody complain about last year with this defense? What did everybody complain about at the end of the year?
No pressure from the front.
From the front four. You think that changes? Yes.
Probably makes Lucas Van Ness a lot better, too.
And I know, Rashawn Gary's been a nice player, but you have to give stuff up to get stuff. That's how this works. So are you crazy? First off, again, more than likely,
I don't see this
not
ever
gonna happen.
happening. Correct.
But if you're going to be what you want to be, you have to take big swings, too. It can't always just be you got to make big plays, because what wins? Big plays, big moments. Who are your guys? And if you don't think Micah Parsons is good enough, there is you could convince me, and I've watched enough, is Micah Parsons good against run? People run at him. They don't do that with Rashawn.
They don't. That's true.
But that's not the point. What you're looking for here is who can be that dog that can get the quarterback when you need it? Who's your closer? Who can be that guy? And number 11 for the Dallas Cowboys is that guy. And if that's what you're looking for, you go do it. Because he isn't some washed, it's not like you're going to get 1 or 2 years. You have him in the prime of his career.
Correct.
You're going to have to pay a price to do it. And whether or not you want to, if you want to get that guy, you didn't draft him, this is the price. Is there going to be anybody close to being that ability? Myles Garrett's old, and he just paid him that Bonko deal in Cleveland. I would have given that up for Myles Garrett, because you know what? You can't block him. You can't put one guy out there. That matters, and that makes a big difference. So to answer your question in a really long-winded way, a la Wilde, you ain't crazy. Not at all.
Could I offer one thing on that? I took a call off air, and then there have been some texts that have said the same thing as this conversation progressed.
Sure.
If the Cowboys are going to trade Micah Parsons, they're not going to want Lucas Van Ness or Rashawn Gary as one of the focal points of that trade. They're going to want Edgerrin Cooper. They're going to want a young player that they can try and develop to be as good as Micah Parsons.
Lucas Van Ness, a 13th pick.
Yeah, third-year player.
Third-year player ascending.
And by the way, the Packers, if the offer is the exact same and it's Edgerrin Cooper instead of Rashawn Gary, I am not making that trade.
I don't think anyone is. Yeah, you'd have to take one of the picks off the board at least.
Did we have another no cap on the coffee situation? over
Don't
there?
be putting my business out there. Yes, I did, but it's water, not coffee. FYI.
I don't think the Packers have any interest in trading Edger and Cooper. The idea would be the Cowboys need a pass rusher then, because they're trading away.
And plus, Green Bay would want to probably get rid of that salary from.
Correct.
Rashawn.
Then the $41 million that you're paying Parsons is offset by the $25 million you're no longer paying, partially offset by the $25 million you're no longer paying him.
So Edger and Cooper, who showed some great flashes, you're telling me that's a deal breaker?
If I'm taking back some of the draft picks if I have to include him. Yes, I am, because he,
is he the only defender you would do that for?
I wouldn't trade Xavier McKinney in that trade either.
Okay.
Again, I want to make it clear. I understand that this is a almost certainly moot point. Just for those that are curious, the trade that the Bears made for Khalil Mack, they gave up their first-round picks in 19 and 20. They gave up their third-round pick in 2020. And they gave up their sixth-round pick in 2019. But the Bears got back a second-round pick and a fifth-round pick, and they got Mack. So to Clayton's point about the Micah Parsons proposed trade that Evan suggested that I would take, the Bears got a lot more back in terms of draft picks later than the ones they were giving up in that trade. And if I could get some picks back and then I execute them effectively, I'd be interested in that. But again, I think we're living in fantasy land. What percent chance of this happening? 1%, 2%, 3%?
I'd go maybe all the way up to 5. Maybe
not
up to
very
5.
high.
No, not at all.
All right, I need to get to practice. You guys need to play trivia. Jesse, today, what's the category and what caller would you like?
This is going to be a fun one, I think. Let's play Two-Sday is today's trivia category, with the Brewers-Cubs doubleheader rescheduled to today. Questions about doubleheaders.
And they're playing full games, right? We're not doing like 2 7-inning games.
That is correct. Yeah.
Do they still do the 7
No,
innings?
that was just a COVID thing.
deal.
Yeah, it was just a COVID
Just wanted to
thing.
confirm. Just was curious. All right. Let's play 2. Jesse wanted caller 10, but let's double it since we're playing 2. Let's do caller 20.
Super.
Wow.
Wow. Caller 20 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 20 plays Wilde and Tausch trivia next. I am headed to practice trivia and then observations from Wrigley Field. Still ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Milwaukee baseball was born in the Emerald City, but any ties to the Pacific Northwest were cut loose decades ago. Pella has an interesting history as well. Born in Pella, Iowa, but their century-long history of crafting quality windows and doors there continues to this day. Designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Attention business owners and executives. Looking for a bank that's invested in your community as you are? Look no further than Starion Bank. As a Dane County community bank, Starion offers competitive deposit and loan rates while actively supporting local initiatives. Visit a business banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, and Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, full-service business banking, lending, and cash management.
What's in your summer survival kit? Mark Tauscher here, and I'll tell you what should be. A cooler full of drinks, a comfy lawn chair, and for just $12.99, a large Hut Lovers pizza from Pizza Hut. For a limited time, choose from 4 loaded legends, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, veggie lovers, and the spicy Hawaiian for just $12.99. Hot, melty, and made to crush hunger. A perfect summer go-to order. Order up before it's gone on the Pizza Hut app. And remember, nobody out-pizzas the Hut. Additional charge for extra toppings, pan, stuffed crust, and extra cheese.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Trax.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
This August, guests at Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison are diving into the sea in search of a treasure trove of cash. So come on by and seek your fortune. Starting at 6 p.m. on Saturday, August 30th, 24 winners will each select a cash prize of up to $5,000. Then at 9 p.m., one grand prize winner will swim away with $20,000 in cash. The treasure chest is full, so dive into the fun at
Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Chicago Cubs.
The stretch, the pitch, ground ball left side. That could be 2 to second for 1. On to first, double play. Ball game over.
Tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
'Cause I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get beat. No, I'm my own worst enemy. It's bad when you know yourself. So irritating.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna kind of miss these when we're done with them.
Miss what?
The Jesse and Tausch segments of Wilde and Tausch, with Jason on his way down to the
as training camp
sidelines of training camp. Yeah,
down.
this is the last week of this.
Oh, really?
Then this is just gonna be
normal,
back to normal.
Oh boy,
I like this time of year.
Okay.
Jason is on his way down as the Packers get set for training camp practice today up in Green Bay. We'll hear the latest on Jordan Love and some of the other players battling injuries, with the Seattle Seahawks coming in for joint practice later this week.
I feel like he's getting annoyed when we're doing the baby voice. I sense he's.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's getting frustrated.
I think anytime I'll put myself in this. Anytime we are a little patronizing of him, I think that is a irritation point.
It was such a ludicrous
and
take.
I think that's an irritation point of his, and I think you push it anyway.
True.
So let's do it again when he rejoins the show in a little bit. See how everybody's doing out on the practice field. I just love that you laugh so much every time we do it.
It's fun.
That's one of my favorite parts of it.
It is fun.
The Cubs were babies yesterday. Didn't want to play through the rain again, so
Boy, Council looks like a beaten man.
Yeah, he does.
They zoomed in on him a bunch in that big, was it the 8th inning that they kind of spread? And he was doing the... And then you could just see, he's like, you almost could sense the regret, like, what the blank did I do? That's the vibe I got. Now, whether or not that's what he was thinking, I don't know.
How have I never been to a George Webb's?
Tough luck.
Let's welcome in Steve in the Shaw to play Wilde and Tausch trivia today. Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
Super.
Getting ready for a doubleheader. Brewers-Cubs 1:20 and 7:05. Round 2 of it today.
Why do they need such a big break in between? Just to get people in and out?
Dinner. Yeah.
Like, why not go one and then it's a 3-hour game?
Well,
and fire it back up at 5:30. It only takes an hour and a half to get people going.
You're right, and they do. So there's the split doubleheader, which is what the Brewers and Cubs are doing, where there's a big break and they empty out the stadium, or there's the
you get two for
traditional doubleheader. So the split doubleheader allows you to empty the stadium and charge
do that
new tickets.
Yes, and I get it. You want to make money. I understand it. You can ramp it up. You don't need 5 hours. Just go. But that's
So one of my friend Fasano, who came up north with us this weekend, my
what
tier
did he
1
bring?
friend.
What did he end up bringing?
Some Quick Trip cookies.
Nice job.
Yeah, that was good. So he had tickets to the Brewers-Cubs June 18th game.
You think Steve cares about
You
this?
asked
I
this,
did.
so
Steve, let's play 2. What's the finish? Make sure you finish. I am fascinated by Fasano, so I want to hear it later, but I don't want to waste Steve's time. All right, Steve.
Time has passed.
Let's play 2 was the catchphrase of which famous Hall of Fame Chicago Cubs player? Do we know it before I have to even give you the hints?
Ernie Banks.
Atta babe. Abner Doubleday, not that great of a third answer.
No, but it did lead me to say, do you think baseball would have doubleheaders if the guy who invented the sport wasn't named Doubleday?
What do you think they'd call him?
I don't think they would do him. I think Doubleday, that's his thing, that he wanted to play doubleheaders because his name is Doubleday.
Okay.
Like if you invented football, you would want to call the quarterback the mark.
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's get to the next question. I can just sense Steve's. What the blank are you idiots doing?
Question 2, Steve.
You're good.
Achieved in 2001. Oh, it's a NASCAR question. Which auto racer to this day remains the only one to ever complete all 1,100 miles of both the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 on Memorial Day Sunday without falling a lap behind in either race? So I'll paraphrase it. Who's the best ever at doing the double header, the Indy 500 and the Coke 600?
He didn't win either of them, FYI.
He didn't. He finished 3rd and 6th in each one, I can tell you that.
Pretty good.
Was it Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., or Tony Stewart?
Okay.
Achieved in 2001.
Jeff Gordon.
Is that too hard?
Tough question.
Yeah, to my knowledge, Jeff Gordon didn't race Indy cars.
No, I think he did, actually. He's an Indy guy.
I said to my knowledge.
That's actually a really good
Thanks.
I think that era, 98 till when Dale Earnhardt unfortunately passed, is the glory days of NASCAR. I think that was the most popular that's ever been. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Tony Stewart.
To my knowledge, Tony
Stewart was the correct answer.
All right, last one. To my knowledge, the only true doubleheader scheduled in the history of American Family Field occurred in September of 2022 when the Brewers played back-to-back 9-inning games against which divisional opponent? The Cardinals, the Pirates, or the Reds? This is not an easy question.
No,
either.
It's a fun fact, though.
It's a fun fact.
That's not an easy one either.
It is not, no.
Had Steve gone to the games, it would have been easy.
It would have been.
It's kind of on Steve. So you're putting it on Steve.
Kind of on Steve for not going. Yeah.
Let's say the Reds.
Easy peasy. The first team the Brewers ever hosted in a regular season game at American Family Field, and the first team the Brewers ever hosted in a real doubleheader at American Family Field. They did play one against the Giants in the COVID season that were 7-inning games. That did not count.
Okay.
This was because of the labor negotiations that delayed the start of the season in 2022. They played a 9-inning day-night doubleheader against the Reds. Only time ever in stadium history. Yes, Steve.
Did they win both? Did they win both?
To my knowledge, I don't know.
Okay.
But
Go
to my
do some
knowledge,
research on it.
Yeah, I'll
he
do that.
doesn't.
Steve.
You know he doesn't do research.
I won't.
That's not what he does.
To my knowledge, you have 3 of the possible 4 entries into the drawing for our prize pack on Friday. Good
Just
luck,
wait.
Steve.
Did he get this right? Did he say the Reds?
Yeah, he said the Reds.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautifully done, Steve. Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Thank you.
You're so long-winded today, Jesse. That's well done.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. Love you guys.
We love you, Steve.
I love you guys.
Yeah, that was a long one.
That is Wilde and Tausch
This is
trivia.
when you don't get enough airtime. You get super chat. Okay, so tell me about Fasano, because I was intrigued.
You were asking about the doubleheader.
I was asking about Fasano.
No. You were asking what he brought, and it was Quick Trip cookies. The chocolate with the chocolate chips. Very good.
Nice cookie.
So he had tickets to the Cubs-Brewers game that got rained out at Wrigley Field that they rescheduled to yesterday. So he had tickets to the 1:20 game yesterday because that was the rescheduled one.
Sure.
He did not have tickets to the 7:05 game. If they wanted everyone to stay and just sell one ticket to the game, they would have done the back-to-back 30-minute break.
And by the way, I don't think they should. They should make their money. I don't have any problem with that.
Then you're arguing against yourself.
No, I'm not. You can do it quicker. You don't need 4 blanket hours to get the stadium out. Get the people out, and they can come back in. They do it in the Final Four. You go to these pods. You get up, you leave, and you get back in line.
But
come back in.
They do put 2 hours between the day and night sessions.
It's longer than it needs. I'm saying, you go play in these baseball tournaments. You don't want to be sitting around Reedsburg for 6 hours. You want to get back at it. Go play. That's all. That's all.
To my knowledge, we had a great time at Jones Dairy Farm a few weeks ago. Would you like to tell us more about it?
I would indeed. Jones Dairy Farm. Family owned and operated 7 generations in Fort Atkinson and since 1889. They're best known for their all-natural sausage made from the original family recipe. And you know what? Everybody's trying to eat cleaner. You don't want to have all this stuff in there. Well, Jones Dairy's been doing that from the jump. Sausage is made with fresh meat only, no fillers or nitrates, MSG, or gluten. Jones also makes naturally smoked ham, Canadian bacon, dry-aged bacon, Braunschweiger, and fully cooked meatballs. And I'm going to tell you something. We just put our first video up. Took Eleanor to lunch down there, my wonderful daughter. We've always had protein battles. Oh, I can't get you to eat this protein muffin. Can't do this. She is a star. She was great on video, and she ate. She had the ham. She had some bacon. She had some sausage. She ate it all. Jones Dairy Farm, they have everything you're looking for, and can't wait. We got a bunch of more videos coming out in the next couple of months, so look for that. And when you're down in Fort Atkinson, pop on in and go get yourself some great natural meat from Jones Dairy Farm.
If you thought Steve was impatient during trivia, you should hear Jason on hold back here. He's ready to go.
What is he all of?
He's ready to
Some
go
news?
in Green Bay. He's got things. He's seeing things. He's ready to tell us. So we're going to do that next.
Jason, what are you seeing down there? I don't know. Nothing.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Try Helix Sleep's award-winning mattresses now at Steinhoffels, 20% off. Visit steinhoffels.com to learn more. Better sleep starts now. Jeff Grimes excited to have Eugene Hilton, son of former pro wideout T.Y. Hilton, as part of that arsenal. The Badgers offensive coordinator with more on the true freshman, audio courtesy Wisconsin Athletics.
He's one of our better receivers when you're asking a guy to run a route in the way that it's designed to be run, create separation, and then go up and make a play on the ball. He just has a knack for getting open, and he doesn't drop balls. Where he's grown a lot is in his blocking. He's grown a lot in terms of his toughness, and he will definitely play. He'll be in the rotation.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network, and I've got a question for you. Is your home ready to shine this season? Whether it's roofing, siding, or windows, Ridgetop Exteriors is the name you can trust. For over 20 years, Ridgetop Exteriors has been Wisconsin's favorite for roofing, and they bring that same expertise to siding and windows. Imagine vibrant, low-maintenance siding and energy-efficient windows that brighten your home while cutting energy costs. Ridgetop Exteriors holds all expert-level installation credentials with the leading manufacturers, including Pella, James Hardy Fiber Cement Siding, and LP Smart Side Engineered Wood Siding. With thousands of 5-star reviews and a commitment to excellence, they're the clear choice for home improvement needs. Plus, consultations and estimates are always free, so there's no reason to wait. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com to schedule your free consultation. Ridgetop Exteriors, putting customers first every time.
Ridgetop Exteriors is the place for you.
It's the summer sales event at Metro Ford Madison, and the deals are still heating up. Drive home in a 2024 Ford F-150, Bronco Sport, or Mach-E with 0% APR for 48 months, $20.83 per $1,000 finance. But wait, there's more! Get a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on new vehicles and 90 days with no payments with approved credit. But hurry, these hot offers end September 2nd. Head to Metro Ford Madison today and visit metrofordmadison.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Oh, the Packers are practicing down at Wrigley Field, and Jordan Love is not taking part in this period. He's miming taking snaps from under center. You guys in your baby talk. I'm glad we got the Fasano. I'm glad we got the Fasano story, though. That's what I was hoping for. Appreciate you both. The Packers are into practice. They're in period 4. They're going to run routes on air here. We'll see if we've got some 7-on-7 coming up as well. But Jordan Love is here once again. Skies are cloudy, but it's not raining, so no baggy on his wrap on his left thumb. The other 3 quarterbacks handling the handoffs and then the pitches where they then throw the ball after they've completed the handoff. I don't know when Jordan Love will be able to do that part of the job of a quarterback. But obviously they believe very convincingly that he will be ready to do that once September 7th gets here. Tausch, I am curious, since I know what a proponent you are to the value of how much they get out of having him out here and throwing, how long do you think they have to wait before he can start handing the ball off? Because I still think that's going to be a pretty key component to their game plan against the Detroit Lions on September 7th. Even if his thumb is fully healed.
Yeah, that and taking snaps under center. That's when you know we're getting serious. Like, this stuff is cute and fun and I think good and important to kind of progress. But taking snaps and doing that is a tester for your hands, thumbs, and when that is, I'm guessing you will see that probably middle of next week. hopefully sooner, but that would be, I think, ideal because you want to get some time, obviously, to get it and feel good about what you're doing with whatever your game plan is going to be against the Detroit Lions.
We'll see if Jordan talks after practice. That's one of the questions I would like to ask him is what is their expectation for when he's going to be able to do that? Because that'll influence what kind of game day selections you make on September 7th on how many carries and or yards Josh Jacobs will get, since they'll be handing him the ball a fair amount on Prize Picks.
Indeed, Prize Picks. You got preseason football still. You have those season-long projections. Didn't do very well last year. I am going to take a look-see, and I don't know if, Jesse, if you've taken a look at that yet. You have time. Prize Picks is simple to play, more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. I went with Joey B. Thought he wasn't going to have a great year last year. He did. He had a great year statistically. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 40 states, including our beautiful state of Wisconsin. Prize Picks puts their members first. All withdrawals fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more. Quick, easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks, the Thomas Edison, they invented the flex play. Who is the other guy that you guys said? I don't remember. Which means you can still cash out if your lineup. Oh, Fultzy. The old steamboater. Get old steamboat in there. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds, and you can turn those beautiful sports opinions that you think are right, and you can turn that into real money all season long on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI, and you get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Again, $50. Use code WI after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
2 discounts, 0.5 yards for Dak in the opener against the Eagles.
All right, I like that.
And a week 0, 0.5 passing yards for the Kansas State quarterback, Avery Johnson, for this Saturday.
All kinds of options. Wow. Wow.
The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
9 minutes of fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app, home to all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows at the touch of a fingertip. Plus, find featured content, enter contests, and more. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple and Android app stores today. Let's play 2, take 2. Let's play Two-Sday, some could say. Doubleheader for the Brewers and Cubs yesterday at Wrigley Field had the second game rained out in the evening. Of course, that followed a Brewers 7-0 victory in Game 1 on Monday afternoon. Freddie Peralta, opening day starter, 6 shutout innings on the mound for Milwaukee. A 2-hit shutout for all the pitchers involved for the Brewers yesterday. Bryce Terang, Caleb Durbin with home runs, plus a 4-run 8th inning opened it up for the Brewers. They now have a 9-game lead over the Cubs on the top of the NL Central standings. Again, last night's game postponed, so same schedule today. Game 1, 1:20 first pitch at Wrigley Field. Game 2, 7:05. Pre-game coverage starts at 12:45 and 6:30 respectively. Right here. Listen to both games on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN. Jason Wilde live in Green Bay. Packers training camp practice next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Jordan Love throwing routes on air. His pass goes to Julian Hicks as they have 5 guys out on patterns and 4 quarterbacks, plus I think Sean Mannion might be making the 5th throw as they go through some individual drill work routes on air. Jordan Love, the ball in his right hand to start right away, as opposed to picking it up off of a stool or having it snapped to him. So we will continue to watch how long it takes before he does that, but all the other quarterbacks catching shotgun snaps.
You think he's going to be you think that the Packers will have to design the game plan around his left thumb against the Lions?
I'm gonna choose to believe Jordan and Matt LaFleur, who both basically said, look, we wouldn't have done the surgery if we didn't think he'd be 100% healthy in time for the opener. And so then that would mean no, right? Because otherwise, if you're going to have to alter your game plan because of a surgery that you elected to do, that, again, I'm not second guessing his decision to do that. It's his health. And having gone through what he went through last season, I cannot blame him at all for wanting to start the season, theoretically, completely healthy. And when the doctor tells you, hey, we do this surgery, you'll be 100% by the time you play on September 7th against the Detroit Lions, then I'm doing it. It's the smart thing to do. I don't have a problem with that. That said, as you well know, unfortunately, from the recoveries you've had to deal with throughout your playing career, and I mean, anytime you have surgery, they tell you what the game plan is and what the expected outcome is, but they also have you sign that waiver, right, before you go under. Like, of course, 99.999% of the time, it works out fine, and I'm sure that this will be one of those. But there's always the outside possibility of some sort of complication, or that it doesn't quite work out exactly right, and maybe he still has soreness, right, or maybe he doesn't have full range of motion. I don't know that. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on the radio. But the whole idea behind this was that he would be fully healed for the first game. That's why he chose to do it. He told us, or he said in Indianapolis, I should say, that he would not have done the surgery if this was during the season. He would have just played through it. So I think the hope would be that that's exactly what's going to happen here, is that he's going to be 100% and they can run their offense the same way they would have. The question that I have for you, Tausch, is with the time that he's going to miss in 11 on 11, with the time all these other wide receivers have missed in 11 on 11, Jaden Reed's still not practicing. Dontavion Wicks still isn't practicing. Savion Williams isn't practicing. I don't see him. Obviously, they're still waiting on Christian Watson, who's on PUP. He will not be ready for the opener. They've got Matthew Golden, who's gone through everything, and they've got Romeo Doubs, who returned yesterday. But I see here comes Jaden Reed right now. He's got a baseball hat turned on backwards, and he's in, his jersey and shorts. I don't know when he's going to be back. To me, he's not wearing a boot. He's wearing regular shoes, so that's encouraging.
Plus, yeah.
But Tausch, my question is, when you don't, and look, I don't think this is Chicken Little. I think this is just a reasonable question. How exactly do you get to be where you want to be for the opener with your unscouted looks and your execution when Jordan Love's out here on with one hand and all these other wide receivers haven't practiced in quite a while? Like, I don't remember the last time we saw Dontavion Wicks out here. It's almost 3 weeks now. So how do you get an offensive rhythm like that? And how much do you have to change your game plan because of that? Not because of his thumb, but because of that.
I don't think you're going to change your game plan because of, you'll change the personnel, but you're not going to change your route combos that you like or, any schemes that you like. It's, to me, the bigger question is, can you do the stuff under center that you want to do? Because shotgun, he's going to be able to do it. He'll be able to hand the football off. Josh Jacobs has proven he likes that. One of the things that I was interested in watching this offseason as it's unfolded is how much more under center stuff and the play action comes from that is
right.
Matt LaFleur's offense going to do. I think that will take a hit. I think that will be limited, and we'll see, and I think you'll see it with whatever limited practice time you get or throughout the questioning of Matt is how much under center stuff can you do with Jordan. If you say he's fully ready to go, great. I'll be surprised if that is going to indeed be the case by the time you get around 2-3 weeks, whatever it is, to that opener.
So that's what I don't understand.
As far as this goes,
though,
the wide.
So my question, though, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but then the idea of you're going to want to run the ball more, you're going to want to play two tight end sets more, right? Because that's what we've talked about previously. If that's what you have to do because you don't know where your passing game with your wide receivers are, and you're going to limit how much you're able to be under center to play off play action and all the handoffs that you're going to be doing theoretically to Josh Jacobs, what is the balancing act that Matt LaFleur has to get to then there? Because that seems like a lot as you're going into, oh, by the way, 2 games against NFC North or NFC conference challengers that could be Super Bowl contenders.
welcome to the big leagues. I mean, this is what you do. You have to adjust. You have to be able to find different ways to do things within the limitations of the personnel and the injuries that you're dealing with. Normally, you have to do that week 7, week 8. You mentioned a couple, last week about the Cardinal game when you didn't have any wideouts. You got to figure it out. Like, nobody cares. They're like, oh, tough luck. Oh, no, we haven't had any of our wideouts going. Matthew Golden, you're up. Let's go. Let's figure this out. Romeo Dobbs, you're up. All right, here we go. Let's go. Hey, you know what? Yeah, we do need to do more 2 tights. Hey, let's figure it out. We got to find ways to get Musgrave and Kraft involved. That's the reality. And, as far as under center and all that stuff goes, you're gonna push. And you're right. You hope that Jordan Love can do it. I would be surprised if he's fully. If you could really pick your spots, there's going to be some. You're gonna take some stuff under center, but I would bet that you're going to be more shotgun heavy in that game. And until you feel that he is 100%, because he could say he's going to be 100%, it would be highly unlikely you're going to feel as awesome as you'd want throughout that time. And if you don't jam your thumb or something comes up that you're going to have to adjust, you're going to want to have a plan in place that, by the way, Josh Jacobs likes, where you have all those duo runs out of gun, which they were very successful with last year. Maybe that's the adjustment you make, but that's why Matt LaFleur and his staff get paid the big bucks. You got to figure all that out, and the good news is you have time to figure it out, and you'll hopefully have time to understand where Jordan's at and what his capabilities are going to be to execute the plan that you're putting in place.
What's the safest way to go? Is it to say, hey, our wide receivers haven't gotten nearly enough work. They're all coming off of various not catastrophic injuries, but missed time injuries. We're going to run the offense the way we would anyway, and Jordan's going to throw it as much as he would throw it. Is that the better way to go? Or is it, all right, we know he's got the issue with the thumb. We'll do some shotgun handoffs more often, but he's going to have to be able to hand the ball off going both directions, and we're going to put the game in Josh Jacobs' hands. What's the smarter, easier thing to do and still have a chance to go win the game in the opener against a team that you have had a hard time beating lately?
Yeah, you run the football out of gun. You have your plan. You get all the plays that you get. You get all the different blocking schemes. You do some unique things. You do some pop passes. You do maybe more jet sweep stuff. You find out which receivers are. But, yeah, you're not changing how you're going to go about your business. If you think that Tucker Kraft and Musgrave are going to be better fits and that because they've been able to be healthy, maybe you're going to see more 12 personnel than you would in the past. But I don't sense that they're at all hesitant to put Matthew Golden out there with a Romeo Dobbs. And if Jaden Reed can get healthy, maybe he's going to be a little more limited. I would say if Tay Wicks doesn't get back sooner, you don't plan on having his availability in peace. But this is going to be you decided to be more physical, and you decided to bring guys in to bring that physicality to this team. That's what you do. And you punch, like I said last week down in Cole, you punch a bully in the face. The Detroit Lions are bullies. And you can either sit back and say, oh, I don't know if we can do that. We better just go gun and spread it out and get the ball out of our hands quick and do. That ain't what Goody designed. That ain't how they approach this offseason. And when you made the moves to bring Elton into center and you brought Banksy in, you decided you're going to be a physical football team. And now, can you be physical out of gun? Yeah, you can. Is it better to be out of under center? I think there are some very good things that you should do. Balance that out, figure out how many snaps you can get under center, and then just go about your business. But I don't think this needs to be you have to make all these monster adjustments until you actually have to. And even though the wideouts haven't been available as much as you'd like, I don't think that needs to be the hindrance because there are guys that have been there that can execute, and now it's just a matter of figuring out what those personnel groupings need to look like.
Last thing on this, and then you can tell us about Coors Light. I am curious, and this is going to be a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway because you blocked for this type of a play. If you're concerned about trying to limit how often he hands the ball off, you mentioned pop passes as one. What about tosses? Does it make sense to run more tosses than you normally would just to reduce the number of times he's actually taking his hand and putting the ball in the belly of his running back, or is that just dumb?
No, it's dumb. I mean, if you like your perimeter game, and if Detroit is really stout in the middle, and you think you can get an edge, you do it. But you're not looking at it saying, "Well, I have to toss the ball," because that actually puts some pressure on. Actually, you don't toss it with one hand. You're tossing it with two hands. You're flipping it. So that needs to be more of a schematic thing, and I feel like we have an edge. I feel like we can get on the perimeter with our run game. That needs to be more in line with other than, this thumb's a little sore. We need to do that because that's not actually easy. That's not super easy on the thumb either.
We've got some 11-on-11 starting with Malik Willis under center, under Elton Jenkins at center. The Packers defense in their nickel group, which is Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine outside and Javon Bullard in the slot. We'll have more from practice as we roll on after Tausch tells us about Coors Light.
Yeah, whether you're tailgating pregame, you're enjoying your experience during the game, you're at a concert, wherever it might be, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Because you know what? It's brewed with a 3-step cold process. Cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's made to chill. And make sure those mountains are blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection. That's why it is always Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, a Golden, Colorado.
More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, reminding you that from farm to table, there is no better product and no better taste than Grassland Dairy. Well, I think it's safe to say that Green Bay's run of quarterback success over the last 3 decades has been the best in all of football. But even more impressive than that, the outstanding run that Grassland Dairy has been serving up delicious taste and high-quality butter since 1904. That is 5 generations. Grassland's commitment to quality and excellence starts with the way farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of the process. They're proud to offer a wide range of reliable, delicious, nutritious dairy ingredients as they have for all these years. Butter better with better butter. There is no better product and no better taste than Grassland butter. Grassland Dairy, crafting butter for 5 generations. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Trax.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 19th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 19th at 7:05 on WISC TV in Madison, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
At Gruber Law Offices, our biggest priority is the care and service we provide to our clients. We know accidents can be overwhelming, and we're here to help every step of the way. Call now. One call, that's all.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly opened Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Bruner Realty and ESPN Madison have teamed up again for the 5th annual Putts for Pups golf outing benefiting the Dane County Humane Society. Join us for a day of golf at Blackhawk Country Club on September 19th. Since it started in 2021, Putts for Pups has raised over $120,000 for the Dane County Humane Society. Donate or find out how you can get involved at putsforpups.com. Putts for Pups is proudly sponsored by Badgerland Exteriors, Alts Operations, Zimbrick Automotive, and Vortex Optics.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Yeah. Packers practice continues at Reinitschke Field. Just saw Eric in Green Bay and his little guy were at practice today. Pretty good crowd. And the second to last open to the public practice.
Penultimate.
Of training camp. That is, I don't know, I don't use that word a lot because I don't know if everybody knows what it means. But that is the correct usage, Jesse. Well done.
One of my favorite words.
They have another practice, the ultimate, I guess, final practice on Thursday with the Seahawks here. Again, Matt LaFleur saying earlier today that Jordan Love will take part on a very limited basis, so apparently 7-on-7. They are not currently doing 7-on-7. I don't know if they will later in practice, but right now they are doing team, and Malik Willis is getting all the number one snaps with the number one offense as they go through 11-on-11 here at Reinitschke Field. But great to see Eric and his little guy. He's in our ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy Football Extravaganza tomorrow night at Potawatomi Sportsbook. That'll be fun. Jesse, you're going to be there to draft our team, right?
I will be there, general manager, running it back.
So what does that make? That makes Tausch Ed Policy and me like Russ Ball?
No, I'm Mark Murphy in this case. I will be judging from afar as an emeritus.
You're still on the show, right?
Yeah, you're not retired.
Yeah, no, I'm on the show, but from the fantasy part of this, I'm more emeritus than I am in it, if that makes sense.
Fantasy manager emeritus is what you want to be.
Yeah, I'll be emeritus.
Fantasy president, CEO.
The old FME.
The old,
Tausch, we've talked a lot about the offense on on defense, the expectations are obviously high after last year. They're missing Nate Hobbs in practice. They're missing Xavier McKinney in practice. They've got Catano Ladapo as the other safety alongside Evan Williams when Javon Bullard goes into the slot. We've spent a lot of time talking about injured wide receivers and the offensive line and the left tackle competition and Jordan Love's thumb. Where's your confidence level in this defense as we stand currently?
Strong. I think it's going to be better. I think whether or not you'll see the same amount of turnovers, I mean, that is something they've been emphasizing. So hopefully you see the returns on that investment. But I just think you're getting more athletic. I think Edgerrin Cooper, if he is any bit as good as we all anticipate him being, that is such a difference maker for everybody else. And if Kenny Clark's healthy, if Lucas, I mean, these are all if. But that's where we're at. And if you see that improvement and you feel like that stuff gets done, the confidence in Jeff Hafley's system and that there's another year of it, all of a sudden everything else feels like it should be trending in a positive way. So I just think there's so much talent and the ability to be a difference-making defense, I think, is there. You saw it a little bit with some of when the ones were out there in that scrimmage. Hopefully you see it again, and all of a sudden you're going to see your big test against the Detroit Lions, whether or not you can hold up and how you go about your business. But there are some question marks. But the whole concept, well, you don't have Jair Alexander. You didn't have him last year.
Neither do the Ravens.
Yeah, that always buyer beware. Beware. Bring your own bewaredness when you sign someone that has been unable to play consistently. I think Baltimore's finding that out. Green Bay, I think we can say, thought at the time, made the right decision to move forward. Now, whether or not the right pieces are in place to replace, we'll find that out, and we'll find that out relatively early with the challenges that these opposing offenses are going to place on Jeff Hafley's defense in those first 5 days of the season up at Lambeau.
The twos are on the field now on offense and defense, and two observations. One, on defense, Isaiah Simmons, Christian Welch. I thought Isaiah Simmons, there was a lot of buzz about him.
You were the beekeeper on that buzz.
Well, in fairness, Josh Jacobs called him a unicorn, and there was a lot of conversation about how they were creating a role for him on defense.
Unicorns aren't real.
Stop it.
Well, they're not. Unicorns aren't real.
We like unicorns.
But they're not real. We know that, right?
So we're waiting to see the player that was advertised, because I think he's had a pretty tough go.
Is he going to make the team?
It would be based on potential and the belief that he, at a veteran minimum salary, can eventually, once he gets the hang of their defense, be a contributor. He was certainly advertised as being that. I have not seen that occur, so I don't know. I'm skeptical. And then the other person I'm skeptical about, and this is, again, after watching Taylor Elgersma take the 2 reps with Malik Willis taking the 1 reps, is I don't like Sean Clifford's chances either.
Whispering.
I think that,
well, I've tried Jason's on the field. I'm trying not to be too loud.
Well, it's better than the baby voice. We can agree on that. But again, Tausch, like I try not to,
if they're going to do that,
things.
don't you just especially when you're talking, you're going to keep 4 tight ends. You got all these receivers.
Yeah, they're keeping 2 quarterbacks on the 53.
Just 2.
It's what they did last year.
And it won't be Elgers. Elgersma's going to be, even if Jordan's thumb, Elgersma's going to be your practice squad guy, right?
So the only question I have, and that was, it's again, like you read my mind, with the Jordan Love, it's going to be 100%. That's the expectation. Nothing to worry about. At the same time, is there a little bit of a, maybe for the first week or two, we need a third quarterback on the 53, or we need a third quarterback that we're going to bring up from the practice squad on game day as kind of a extra layer of protection, if you will, given Jordan's situation. Because look, Taylor Elgersma, they love his arm strength. They love the throw the quality, not the decision of the throw he made on Chipotle Ben's touchdown catch. That I still can't believe Matt LaFleur said we should have not thrown that ball. We can't throw that pass. We just can't throw that pass, even though it was a touchdown. He is definitely not ready to play in an NFL game that counts. And you've got Malik Willis as your backup for a reason. You feel really good about him. The idea, though, of Sean Clifford, at least he has NFL experience as opposed to the Canadian import. I don't know how that complicates matters. I'm not entirely sure. By the way, quick update. I do see that Dontavion Wicks has his helmet. He's not in pads, so he's not practicing, but that usually is a sign that he is doing stuff with the training staff with his helmet on, which means that there is progress there with his calf injury. So that would be an encouraging sign at the wide receiver position that we haven't really had many of those encouraging signs.
Boy, I'll tell you what, I think Green Bay has to really, if they're out on Sean Clifford, which you didn't say that.
I did not.
There's some implication, and I think valid. This is a spot, and I think Green Bay needs to look long and hard at the waiver wire because you probably need to start looking for next year's backup quarterback.
Right.
And
because
this
Malik Willis is a free agent after this year.
This is that time of the year that quarterbacks get teams will try and sneak quarterbacks on their practice squad. If there's somebody that you have your eye on that maybe gives you a twinkle, then you maybe will have to go grab that player and bring them in, especially if it's, at this time of the year, you might have to keep 3 quarterbacks, and then that has that trickle-down effect that maybe somebody else has to go. But you have to be very cognizant because can you imagine the scenario this year if it's Elgersma that is sitting there taking reps or Sean Clifford, you're going to be in the same spot you were last year, and you luckily went bold and went and grabbed Malik Willis, and it's worked out, and now nobody is sweating. Even if Jordan Love is, you feel like we can win football games. Nobody's worried about playing the Seahawks in the preseason, and you think, well, this is actually good because Malik Willis can get it done. That will more than likely not be the case next season. So that's just another little layer of this whole what you do decision-wise at the quarterback this year.
7 on 7 is underway, and we've brought out tackling dummies to serve as the linemen now. And we've also done away with the stool. So Jordan is just starting with the ball and throwing. This is during a non-shooting period, though, so I can't send you quality video of the tackling dummies that are standing in the way, trying to at least create the illusion of a pass rush.
I always like when they have the GAs and with the tennis rackets and running and throwing the tennis rackets
the
up.
Brooms are my favorite.
You like brooms over the tennis racket, do you?
The tennis rackets are fun, but the brooms are ridiculous.
Okay.
Well, we have neither of those. We just have tackling dummies, and they are going through 7 on 7. Jordan Love getting all the reps in this as well, which again makes sense because Matt LaFleur doesn't even want to do this drill, but he's only doing it to benefit Jordan Love to get him that work. All right, we'll continue from practice. Jesse wanted, I don't want to quote you incorrectly here, Jesse, but you wanted to do Whoa Nelly even though you weren't on the show yesterday?
The intention was we would do a little cross promotion of the Barry Alvarez show until we ran into some of our weather-related issues getting situated. But yeah, I was hoping to join you guys yesterday and say what's up.
Why didn't you join us?
Well,
good question.
Because you didn't have everything set up on time.
And sometimes tyrants kick you out of your ideas.
Tyrants?
Yeah.
Well, just jump on. Why ask if you know what? Like, you take a day, take a day.
I didn't take the day. I was doing another show.
You
I couldn't
took a
be
day.
in both places.
Jason, did he take a day?
I still did the show rundown in the morning yesterday.
It's a good counterpoint. But you
He
took
did
a
not
day.
take the day. He did not take the day.
Didn't take
Thank
a
you,
day.
Jason.
That said, we wanted Hunter to have the opportunity to do Whoa Hunter, and then I don't think it went all that well. So in retrospect,
It's been a tough month. Brewers have been killing it. The Whoa Nelly contingent, it doesn't matter who's doing it. Tough month of August.
Riley's
so far.
been by far the best.
is he in the office today? Does he want to jump in?
I can go check.
Well, otherwise, Jesse Nelson will do Whoa Nelly next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Milwaukee baseball was born in the Emerald City, but any ties to the Pacific Northwest were cut loose decades ago. Pella has an interesting history as well, born in Pella, Iowa, but their century-long history of crafting quality windows and doors there continues to this day. Designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance, get long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Order by August 31st and get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. My new friend Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Coming September 2nd to ESPN Radio, The Rich Eisen Show.
He is none other than the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, Deion Sanders. Look at you,
Humble miss. The Rich Eisen Show.
None other than Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers. How you doing, Jordan? Good to see you.
Good, Rich. How you doing?
Happy to have you back, Steve Sarkisian.
Appreciate you having me on, Rich. Rich Eisen, coming September 2nd on ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. Over the past 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's top destination for player development and advancement, including over 468 college commitments and 27 MLB draft picks. Their facility in Windsor is the home of GRB Rays baseball and features over 52,000 square feet of elite baseball training. Tryouts for the 2026 summer season begin July 22nd. Find full training programs and register now at grbacademy.com.
This is our crew.
Flair, shallow center. Here's the throw from Perkins. It is going to be in time! Blake Perkins says goodnight.
Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball. 100.5 ESPN.
Jordan Love looking very sharp in 7-on-7, even though Matt LaFleur would tell us it's not real football. Including a long touchdown pass to Romeo Dobbs, who has resumed practicing, started practicing again yesterday, and he's had a really good camp. Be curious to see what kind of season he has now that he's back in the mix after a few days out. By the way, speaking of back in the mix, Kenny Clark and Lucas Van Ness, after those apparently uncomfortable beds in suburban Indianapolis, are both practicing, so that's a good sign for them. Speaking of good signs, it's time now for Won't Ellie.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
I have 2 really good topics, and then I'm going to close with an invitation.
2 really good topics.
Yep. Feel really good about Won't Ellie today. All right, first up, I want to tell you about Becca's friend Heather. Tier 1 friend.
Heather Fasano?
No. Tier 1 friend to Becca, and our lives have crossed enough now. She's a Tier 1 friend to me as well. She's helped us a lot when we've moved into our house, when we've gotten our dog. She's been a great dog. She's done a lot for us. And she's probably the friend we see the most of our entire group.
Okay.
She is moving from an apartment into a new condo this Saturday. I have been called into work duty on Saturday, so I am unavailable to help with the move.
You finish that Alvarez show?
Yeah, we're going to finish the Barry Alvarez show down at the Hard Rock Casino, Rockford, actually. We're going to do a Barry is not coming.
Is Chris Rock going to be there?
No, he's not. No, Pablo will, though. Pablo, birthday bash. We're going to do our special ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day preseason special on Saturday.
You going to maybe do some preseason polls?
I think we will.
Oh, somebody that doesn't like preseason polls are doing some preseason.
We'll take a look at them.
Is that in place of Saturday Scramble?
It is this week, yes.
So I guess I'm not needed on Saturday? Is that what you're telling me?
Unless you'd like to talk Badgers. Would you like to talk Badgers with us?
I'll opt out.
Okay.
Heather.
So I am unavailable to help Heather move on Saturday. Friday, I am going out of town.
Dubuque?
No, I'm going golfing on Friday. I'm off on Friday, by the way, just so you guys know.
I thought you were coming to the Pickler, Menominee Falls big opening.
I'm off on Friday.
There's no free food there? Or?
No, there is. That's the ironic part.
Conflict, 2 conflicts going on there. So
you're going out of town. So you're golfing for work. Like networking, or is this just
fun? Yes.
Okay.
Thursday evening, I'm calling our first high school football game of the year on ESPN. The point I'm rattling all this, we have our fantasy draft tomorrow night. Tonight is the only night if I'm going to help Heather move.
It's fun. I can see Hunter. And Hunter's making eye contact with me when he knows that you're saying ridiculous things.
So tonight is the only night that
That's what he thought.
I don't know what's going on Jason's on there.
Yeah, he's getting yelled at.
Tonight is the only night that I can actually help Heather move.
Okay.
So I feel like I've made more of an inconvenience by saying, hey, can you do anything on Tuesday?
I told Rob, I said,
what is this?
I don't know. It's fun, though. Yeah, I told Rob. Robbie boy. So what's your point? So you're making it inconvenient for for Heather.
Yeah. At what point do you stop trying to make it work? And do you just
What
say,
exactly,
I'm sorry?
I mean, what exactly do you think you're doing tonight?
I don't know. I said, can I help you Tuesday night? And she said yes.
Okay, so what is she going to have
I
you
don't
do?
know. There's no plans at this point.
You're not inconveniencing her. Maybe you can go and box up books and take the books over to the new condo.
But like this went from I'm going to help you move on Saturday to I'm going to help you maybe a little bit on Tuesday night.
Yeah, but I think it's nice of you to do that. I think it's very nice. So, no, I don't think it's an inconvenience. She'd say, oh, don't worry about it. And actually, that's what you were hoping for. And the fact she called your bluff is what I really appreciate about Heather. Now, will Becca join you, or is it just you and Heather?
No, Becca's going to help too. Yeah, so she's
will
in
Becca help on Saturday
for
also?
sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, then you guys are killing it. Kudos to you.
Okay.
Kudos to the Nelsons.
Good.
Whoa, Nelly!
Jason, you back with us? What was going on there?
Do I need like one of those on the air signs, like a hat that lights up?
We talk about this every year. Yeah.
No, you get the hat.
I'm happy to know that we've got Wilde and Tausch fans that are, and also fans of the little television show that we do.
Sounds like Rob Domofsky's big fan.
He is a. I don't know if the gentleman that was chatting me up, and I couldn't even. I'm in an awkward spot. I couldn't even get to my phone to mute myself, so it was less than ideal.
Oh, trust me, we heard. Yeah, we knew. You didn't have to tell us.
Figured the producer might pod me down.
I did. I tried going.
No, he did. But
I
then
checked in on you 3 different times. He was still going.
Yeah, he was very chatty. He's here with his grandson. So, hey,
that's fun.
It's great to see
fun.
generations enjoying the Packers practice. Yes.
Whoa,
I need a hat.
Nelly!
It lights up when I'm on the air, just like the sign outside, like the studio. That's what I need. Jesse, why don't you see if those gigantic hat company, if they do that, but that you can have like an electronic, like on the air thing that lights up.
Oh, I'm sure we have.
I'm sure you want to give Jesse some. You want to get a hat from Jesse where he wires some electrical stuff by your brain. That's exactly what you're looking for.
Whoa, Nelly!
I'd also like him to pack up some books for me.
The Oklahoma Sooners are offering fans a chance to purchase tickets to attend post-game news conferences.
Yeah.
Sooner Magic Memories offers fans the opportunity to buy their way in to the coaches' post-game press conferences, including for the small price of $692 following the Oklahoma-Michigan game in week 2 of the college football season.
Do they get to ask a question?
No.
Then it's not worth it.
They are get exclusive post-game media access for you and one guest and see where real-time reactions unfold.
No.
Hear Oklahoma coaches and players address reporters moments after the final whistle. Watch the story take shape through the questions, the insights, and the atmosphere that set the headlines.
No, if you get to ask questions, it's worth it. And that's the part that really irritates me. You had that opportunity, and you didn't do it. And you didn't even have to pay $692. You were there. But no, I would not.
And you introduced yourself to the manager.
This was supposed to be about Jason, not about me.
Well, it's about you. I don't think, no. Not for me. Maybe some people would get a kick out of it. I'm out.
I mean, you're in the media.
Sort of. I'm media adjacent.
He's an analyst.
I'm an analyst. I don't know how many times I have to go over this with you.
Well, we're paying you. You don't have to pay to go to a press conference if you want to go. Look, I don't really like the idea of bringing in a live studio audience for press conferences, but as long as they draw the line on cheering, clapping, and not asking questions, it's fine. I understand the world we live in. I'm amazed at how many people enjoy watching the press conferences that aren't from like a media background. They, when the Packers post all their live press conferences on YouTube or on social media, they get a lot of people watching. So I'm amazed by that personally.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's made you more popular.
Or unpopular, depending on your perspective.
Yeah, in the media, you're a mover. And I would bet if you polled Packer fans, there's only one beat dude that gets to ask LaFleur one question, you would win in a landslide. Am I wrong?
and usually after we've said no more questions.
Nice.
I will say this.
Man, you're such a good coach. I just don't think it just doesn't make any sense that happens.
You're gonna get Micah Parsons.
Oh, fun.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly. Tausch, rumor has it Jason is off tomorrow's show.
That's what I heard.
Would you like to do the show at my house tomorrow?
How could I nicely say absolutely not? Why would we do it at your house?
Oh, because I don't want to make you come all the way to the studio. I never get to do the show at my house like you guys.
Do we have the equipment
really
there?
Good point.
We could bring one home. I could bring one home tonight, and we could do it at my house tomorrow.
I love this idea.
You could bring dunkers.
It's
I'll
not
make some
the worst
coffee.
idea you've had.
Who's producing?
I am open
Hunter
to
tomorrow.
that conversation. So we would do it remotely at your house.
Yeah, we'll do it
with the iPad.
Yep.
Do it like out on your porch.
We can do it in the basement. We can do it in the porch. We can move around.
This sounds like
Becca going to be in charge of the video?
This sounds like it could be a disaster, and I think we're going to do it. Yes, I am signing up. Let's do it.
This is the best idea you've had in a while.
That's why, Hunter, did you run this by Hunter? Because
nope.
As I came into the Everlight Solar Studio today, he's like, "Oh, Jesse's doing tomorrow. Are you coming in tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, I probably can come in tomorrow." And he preemptively is trying to, because I could see him shaking his head like, "This is going to be a blank and blank show tomorrow," and he's right. And that makes me think we're going to do it.
All right.
That's it for Wonelli, and that's it for special teams portion of practice. More to wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
What's in your summer survival kit? Mark Tauscher here, and I'll tell you what should be. A cooler full of drinks, a comfy lawn chair, and for just $12.99, a large Hut Lovers pizza from Pizza Hut. For a limited time, choose from 4 loaded legends, meat lovers, pepperoni lovers, veggie lovers, and the spicy Hawaiian for just $12.99. Hot, melty, and made to crush hunger. A perfect summer go-to order. Order up before it's gone on the Pizza Hut app. And remember, nobody out-pizzas the Hut. Additional charge for extra toppings, pan, stuffed crust, and extra cheese.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. A packed receiver room. Jeff Grimes excited to have Eugene Hilton as part of that arsenal. The Badgers offensive coordinator with more on the true freshman, audio courtesy Wisconsin Athletics.
He's one of our better receivers when you're asking a guy to run a route in the way that it's designed to be run, create separation, and then go up and make a play on the ball. He just has a knack for getting open, and he doesn't drop balls. Where he's grown a lot is in his blocking. He's grown a lot in terms of his toughness, and he will definitely play. He'll be in the rotation.
For long-lasting comfort and reliability, our craftsmen make it easy to trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, get 0% interest for up to 5 years at PellaWI.com.
Get ready to say goodbye to those bland seltzers at the ballpark. Carbless is proudly Wisconsin-born, crafted by real people. A husband and wife team who wanted better cocktails in a can. They're locally made and blissfully better. Carbless offers a bold, true cocktail flavor that's made for baseball fans. Available in fan-favorite flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and mango, bringing the craft cocktail bar to your seat. Refreshment that matches the energy of American Family Field is Carbless. Full of flavor, no sugar, and no carbs. Just game day bliss.
It's the summer sales event at Metro Ford Madison, and the deals are still heating up. Drive home in a 2024 Ford F-150, Bronco Sport, or Mach-E with 0% APR for 48 months, $20.83 per $1,000 financed. But wait, there's more! Get a 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on new vehicles and 90 days with no payments with approved credit. But hurry, these hot offers end September 2nd. Head to Metro Ford Madison today and visit metrofordmadison.com.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call,
that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Electric bills are out of control, but with federal incentives, you can go solar with zero upfront cost and start saving hundreds a month. Badgerland Exteriors and Solar is a local and family-owned company, and they make the switch to solar simple. No pressure, no hassle, just honest.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit badgerlandexteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's badgerlandexteriors.com.
Something special's brewing in Milwaukee.
I've never seen anything like this. You have to almost think it's cosmic, the way that things have been going.
You're listening to Madison's new home for Milwaukee Brewers baseball, 100.5 ESPN.
He's got a Chevrolet that don't always run, and the radio never turns down.
All right, we're out of time, but two quick things before we go. First of all, Kalen King getting an extensive run as the third corner or as the slot guy in the nickel. So maybe the former 7th-round pick is making a move here into the mix at corner. And then Rasheed Walker is back at left tackle in 11 on 11. That's the good news. The bad news is that Aaron Banks isn't practicing. So Jordan Morgan is at left guard. So still not able to get a real true competition. The other piece of good news, a touchdown pass from Malik Willis, a deep ball, but I cannot see who the recipient was.
I think it was Dobbs.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was Matthew Golden, in fact.
MG.
Based on the reaction. All right, that's it for us today. Jesse and Tausch will be at Jesse's house tomorrow. Thanks for coming along.
We'll see.
Yeah, we shall see.
I'm losing faith.
Thanks for coming along for the ride with us today. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning